WIFTBPM.
Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
You sure looking good tonight, baby. I just wanna make sweet love to you tonight, baby. Come on. If you don't mind, let me tell you. Hey there, sexy lady of my dreams. Can I have you here with me? I just wanna love you down. Yeah. I'm making you scream my name. Oh, loving your body. I'll be kissing your body. And I'll be caressing your body. Oh, baby, just come on. Loving your body. I'll be loving, feeling your body. I'm gonna touching your body all night, baby. Now I'm about to fulfill your fantasy. So come a little closer, bring your body to me. I'm trying to take my time, I won't rush at all, 'cause you deserve the best. I'm gonna love, I'm gonna kissing your body until the morning comes. Caressing your body, oh baby, just come on. Loving your body, and let me feel your body, and I just wanna touching your body. If you don't mind, baby, let me loving your body. I just wanna kissing your body. Don't stop me, baby, kissing your body. Oh baby, come on. Loving your body, let me feel your body. Please, baby, touching your body. Baby. La la la. Oh, baby. Please, please. Oh, please, baby. We're gonna get it on. Tonight, let's get it on. Get it on. I want love. Kissing your body. Oh, my baby. Kissing your body. Oh, baby. Don't stop, no. Just let me love you. I just wanna touch you all night long. Come on. I wanna do it again. I wanna do it again. I just can't get enough of you, baby. Feeling your body. Touching your body. I just wanna feel you tonight, baby. Makes me love. If you don't mind, if you don't sip a little wine, sip up and don't mind, spend a little time. Ooh, I wanna mix me love. Ooh, I wanna mix me love. Ooh, I wanna mix me love. Mix me love.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show on a Thursday. That's right, but it's a holiday. It's a gas holiday because our man Willie Wilson is doing this. Riis just did the, oh, damn. Did I miss it? Nah, Riis, you haven't missed it. I'm going to read the press release in just a short amount of time. But what I'm trying to do is get this
get this graphic so I can upload it. I messed around and missed uploading the graphic. So look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore in the building right here on a Thursday. Ruthie Moore, how you feeling on a Thursday?
If it's a holiday, I don't know why we at work.
You know what?
We on some. Hey, I told you, unless they gonna die that river, I'm with Maze now on this one.
Oh, he didn't convert it.
This ain't no holiday, man.
You know,
No,
somebody,
she
told
missing
me yesterday.
You missing the holiday, Reese. She talking about a different holiday.
Oh, I was talking about the gas holiday.
Right.
You talking about the river?
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'm
right.
talking about the gas.
Well, and we are celebrating the holiday. Leprechaun Lori.
Oh.
She back.
Check out Leprechaun Lori. She got the backdrop. She doing her thing. It is actually, in case you are not aware, it is St. Patrick's Day.
Is it?
It's actually the day.
Yeah.
It's
That's
actually
what I thought
today.
you were talking about.
Oh.
You ain't know it's St. Patrick's.
No, I didn't.
No, Reese. I mean, like, why would we?
I thought it was last weekend.
You know how white people do.
I haven't seen none of them Kiss Me I'm Irish shirts.
Oh my God, I saw a meme yesterday. It was a black dude in a new. I gotta go find who had it on their page. He had on a SMD I'm Irish shirt, and he jumped in somebody's newscast.
Oh,
SMD. Think what that means.
I got it.
And it's funny because this lady was doing a newscast, and he jumped in the newscast. So it's like her look like she's doing a newscast, and it's a black dude though.
Oh.
It was kind of funny. It really was. But y'all, it's I'm trying to get a couple things done right now. So look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore. Ruthie is in the building. Also, gotta say what's up to my man, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. DJ Riis the Ruler. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling today?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest on this good Thursday, man.
Riis, I heard you was out kicking it last night.
It's his birthday week.
Yeah, man, I was out there. You know, I had a all right time yesterday, man.
Riis, I see you out here making moves, man. You making big moves in the world.
Yeah, man. You know, it was. I was actually saying that too. I was actually around some pretty important people yesterday.
Hey, man, I'll be trying. One day y'all gonna learn. One day it'll all make sense. Y'all gonna be like, Maze Jack. You know what y'all gonna? One day in your life, right? One day I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all gonna say, you know what? And this usually happens like 5-7 years later. Riis gonna be somewhere, big job, doing his thing. And he gonna be like, you know what?
Apparently, I already got a big job. You know, I won't speak too much, but Ruthie, I was out, and Madam President introduced me and told me I was doing something that I didn't know I was doing yet. But you better be sure. I said, I sure am.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I was like, she's like, yeah. I was like, yes, sir. I do not know,
Sir, what you talking about, sir, dog?
No, like she was telling like a person, like a gentleman. So I was like, yes, sir, I am doing that. You know, I was telling him, I was like, I don't even know, but if she said I'm doing it,
I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it be moments like this, Riis. Ruthie. It's why you know when that whole premise of stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. Like, and when you be in these locations, you never know when somebody gonna fall off, not do their job, and you can step up, and the next thing you know, you stepping up. You like, wait a minute, hold on.
It's always
What is going on around here? Hold on, am I the plug? Yeah, man, I heard about you, Riis. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, don't be wearing them. I'm telling you, I know you want to SpongeBob it out, but hey, boy, you might mess around and change your life. Might mess around and change your life. So I'm just telling you, on them days when you be like, you know what? I could legal drug money it. Be like, I'm not gonna do it. It's like you can you can be a rebel, but you could also, man, Riis, be like, change your life. You know, your son, by the time you get through, your son really gonna be walking around with his shirt off in the house because he's gonna be like, Dad, he gonna be having expectations, Riis. I'm just telling you, man. Stay the course, man. Don't be hey, man. It's a grind, but it's Gotta make it to June, dog.
Oh.
Reese.
Sound like you're gambling. Taking a chance.
No, you're not taking a chance. Nah. Do right, boy. You see, I heard it was some mad faces up in that mug too. I heard I'm about this close to revisiting. I'm not gonna do it, Jack. But she gonna make me mad one more time looking at my wife crazy. And I'm gonna revive the name. Y'all better leave up. You better get it right. Hey man, your boy Paul Roosevelt was kind of he said you can't buy your way up in here. I got it a little bit later. I'm gonna remind you all. Some of you longtime listeners are gonna learn how politics, no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. Y'all remember me? It was Paulie I used to talk about because I was mad because he done seen the light. Hey man, they was up there. I heard they was up there doing it yesterday, Reese. What was it, the 47th ward y'all was in? The 47th ward. Yeah. Oh, Donovan's. Y'all was up in I think they call those the lace curtain Irish. But they got a whole conglomerate. That's like a powerhouse ward. You know, that's the number one vote getting ward in the city. They took the title from the black people. Oh yeah, it used to be on the south side. Well, no, Beverly always won. But they took the title from Beverly even.
What, they got efficient polling places?
Oh, no, Beverly got efficient polling places.
They just bringing people out.
Nah, yeah, you know what they... Yeah, I watched. There's a lot. It was interesting because what they did was they combined all the powerful... It's interesting. We're going to have to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. You know what, you want to talk about that for real? We're going to talk about it on Saturday at the Black People First meeting at TP 5401 South Wentworth. That's right, if you are trying to get it together. You know, they say they want to take it on the road, Ruthie. They say they just want to do the meetings. We need to be going to people's wards and being like, be here or be square. And then we're going to go outside. Remember back in the old days when you used to get recruited? Like you probably don't even know nothing about that, Ruthie.
Recruited?
Mm-hmm. When you had to make a choice. When you was picking or getting picked. Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm a highly coveted member of a lot of different teams.
Oh, highly coveted. Look at that.
Highly coveted. So I am oftentimes recruited.
Ruthie. Oh, I want to tell y'all a story yesterday. I saw Ruthie finessing people yesterday.
What you talking about?
Yeah.
Them dudes?
Mm-hmm. Man, Ruthie had dudes doing photo shoots for her in the... Man, that was too funny. Ruthie, they was all in the corner.
That was a lot.
They was doing...
They might be watching me. So.
Sex. I'm saying Ruthie had them doing like... I feel like if I wouldn't have been there, Ruthie would have probably had them on the table. No, you would have probably had them on the table, on the pool table posing. They was like,
You know, it's interesting being young but not being a young person, and you just be like, man, these chilling different. Like they all influencers. It's like they life sometimes can't move unless they post it. You know.
Give me right here, folks.
It's kind of an interesting existence, yeah.
I really would like to see the pictures though.
Was it an Android or the iPhone?
I don't know. You know, them little brothers look like they was some iPhoners.
Yeah, yours.
Yeah. I was like, you don't got to.
I just, I'm big on customer service, so I always try to treat people
Ruthie was
a decent kind of way.
Yeah, but Ruthie, you was in there like, I'm telling you, Ruthie had dude up in there doing photo poses.
Feel comfortable.
She was like, take off your shirt.
He had his hair. His hair was done nice.
Look,
he was feeling himself, as they say.
Take off your shirt. Go ahead, put that on. You flexing. Oh, he was like straight up. Oh, you think I should get a medium? You popping out that shirt.
I ain't say it like that.
You
man.
did, Ruthie.
I did compliment him on his muscles.
He was getting.
He looked like he worked
then
out.
That's when the photo shoot happened. After that, he went in the corner.
He did take off his whole shirt
like,
and put on another one.
I was like, for real, you had to take off your whole shirt, dog.
You right.
Like your whole shirt.
I ignored that. I was gonna say something, but
then he would have never left.
I know.
He would have been like, so let me get your number.
And I'm
he coming back though.
He
coming back though.
Like you could be like my nephew or something.
Y'all about right in the same. Remember he said he was 30. He said he was 30.
Really?
Yeah. Remember they was like, we look young, but we see people be thinking I'm young.
I need my 30 a little more.
Season. You need it back in the oven a little bit. You need to
put some salt on. The cookies ain't done.
Oh, Lord, have mercy, yo. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host. I was like 35 and up. Don't even. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. They was like, man, you can smoke. No.
You know, I don't like when you be seeing me in action. Like, I feel like my customer service skills be off the chart. Like,
For a millennial.
I'm just saying, you come around me, I'm going to make you feel comfortable. Sometimes too comfortable to the point where, okay, I need to leave.
I thought he was going to come on behind the counter with you for a
That's
minute.
what I'm saying. Like,
that's why I was like, all right, let me
it's
come
a
on
slippery
back.
slope.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope between hospitality and...
Yeah, I was just thinking, though, we get them swinging doors. We might have to do something about them swinging doors.
Yeah, okay, so I finally got my card in the mail.
You did?
Yeah. Me and a few other people, we talked about it.
Why y'all ain't tell me?
You know, we figured yours would be a couple weeks behind. But we almost ready.
When we going gun shop?
Oh.
Man, I can't wait. I'm gonna get me one of these. Every day I'm gonna have a jacket on. Y'all gonna be like, he's gonna be sitting up in here hot. It's gonna be 90 degrees. I'm gonna be sitting up here in a jacket.
Get you a Merce.
No. But I am gonna tell you, I have a whole new vision of when I see them dudes and I be like, you kind of sweet. I be like, you kind of sweet with a pistol.
Straight up.
All right, in case y'all are wondering why did this is how you know this is big, because I shrunk my own picture on the screen because Willie Wilson is giving away gas today.
I'm finna go line up.
No, you're not. You have work to do. And Ruthie, first of all, I bet you the lines are already started, because I'm here to tell you it was on every news channel. It was the lead story. Like on Channel 7 right now, it's the first story. I mean, it's like the headline. Like when you go to ABC 7, it's like Willie Wilson gas giveaway today. We're going to talk about this because Dr. Wilson be giving a lot to Chicago. I don't know, does it give it back to him? But in case you are just now waking up, and I'm going to do them again, but Dr. Wilson is giving away $50 worth of gas per person. So that's about 10 gallons at 10 gas stations around the city of Chicago. We're going to be talking about it throughout the day. I'm trying to get Dr. Wilson to give us a call, let us know. But, you know, he got to do big media today. You know, Dr. Wilson, straight up, it's like on all the news stations, they like, Doctor. And I'm telling you, man, you better figure out your way around this place because it's going to be traffic jams. You know, it's one right down. It's 400 cars per location.
Oh.
There's gas for 400. So let's say it's 8 pumps. You know what I hope, though? I hope that there are no incidents.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because Riis, you don't think so?
Nah, man. Willie Wilson come well protected.
Nah, I'm not talking for Willie Wilson.
Nah, I'm talking about
people. Is he going to direct traffic?
Yeah, like they have all that set up.
See, Dr. Wilson. All right, Dr. Wilson. See, it'd be crazy, right? Because they don't give Dr. Wilson the props, but straight up, this is some creative genius. Like, Ruthie. So, he's going to be at Amstar, located at 368 East Garfield Boulevard. You know, that's right around the corner from TP. Citgo, located at 9155 South Stony Island Avenue. Marathon, located at 1835 East 95th Street. That's east side. Way east. 1345 North Pulaski. Out west. The Gulf, located at 9901 South Halsted. That's out south. South over there, 99th and Halsted. Oh, you know where that one is. That's right by where you... Man...
Right when
that 99 where you get the candy, E-way, the little Chinese spot right across the street, Jimmy's. Yeah, man, dog, and then 50s, man, you get right there, you get right on the express. Man, it's going to be backed up getting off the expressway right there. I'm telling you, 400 cars per location.
You think that means people going to show up?
You think people ain't getting in line? You think Okay, hold on. Ruthie, I put gas in my car the other day. It was $5.76 a gallon. $5.76. 20 gallons. You think people, Ruthie, man, and where he put these gas stations, they gonna wait. Oh, they gonna wait. They ain't got nothing to do. They gonna wait. Then you're gonna go to the Mobile, located at 2800 South Kedzie Avenue. All right, y'all be careful over there. Y'all black people, be careful. I'm just telling you. Then you got the Emico at 7201 North Clark Street. Man, I don't know who. That's north side. I don't know what the hell that is. That's damn near Evanston.
Well, no, I'm going.
4359 North Pulaski. Hey man, he over there with the that's that Galewood, not Galewood. That's like over there by what? Be careful. You know, it be the that's where Riis over there. That's where it be all kind of swerved up. Like, you don't know. Like, I feel like that's where you might find the Black Latin Kings and stuff mixed up in that area.
Nah, it's like a little nice. That's like a little. It's kind of almost like
4359 North Pulaski.
Yeah, that's like up north. That's like the other blue line. I used to work up that way. That's kind of like like headed. Yeah, that's kind of like a little nice neighborhood. That's not crazy.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, 340 Sacramento. That's around the crib, dog. That's right down the street. I told you it made it up to California. It ain't made it to Sacramento yet. Then that's the Marathon, and then the 10 Falcon, or the Falcon, located at 43 North Holman. Ooh, Riis, I know that one too. Ain't that the one when you curving around the expressway and you get off and you trying 43? Wait a minute, that ain't the one off the E-way. No, 43 North Holman is that one when you get off the expressway and you think you could get right on, but you got to curve around.
That's the one that's like on right by Madison, like a Holman. What's a Holman in Madison? Oh, I think that's the one that's in between, like that's like a Warren or something, ain't it? That hood one. You know what I'm talking about,
Riis,
right?
I'm telling you, I know exactly.
From the park and the little pond, you know, that little curve right there.
Look, I just say the curve.
You're right.
See, I said around the curve, right?
In between Warren and Washington.
Hey, bro.
Right there. You're
hey,
right.
Joe.
That is.
I'm just telling you. I hope the brothers out there. I hope whatchamajigga got out there with her niece and them. Right? You know my auntie, the niece. Man. Riis, Dr. Wilson, though, he putting it down for the people in the city, and he doing it all around the city. We're going to talk about the Dr. Wilson thing in a little while.
Free gas.
Free gas. 400 people per station. $50. Ruthie, how long would you wait for $50 worth of gas? Let's talk about it later. We're going to talk about it later. But I do want to make sure that we give Dr. Wilson his props. Because, I mean, he went to the bank one day, and he said, what else can I do for these ninjas? I got it, free gas. I can't wait to see the videos. I cannot wait to see the news today. I cannot see. This is so gangster.
If election was today, see, that's what you need to do. When it's election time, that's when you give away free gas. Then they remember your name that day. You see that? See that, Ruthie? You like that?
Straight up.
They go straight to the polls. Be like, Willie Wilson, he just gave me $50 in gas. Boom.
You know what Devin said, right? Devin said, if you ain't vote for Willie Wilson, don't get his gas. I was like, well, every black ward, though. He won every black ward, so you never know. But look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Dr. Wilson is giving away gas. We got the addresses posted. We'll keep them posted periodically throughout the day. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, plus DJ Riis the Ruler. Riis, can we get this soul plane up to 60,000 feet? We are up and away. Gas prices is high. I said gas prices is high the other day, as high as giraffe's ass. Somebody said, what? That ain't what I say. I was like, I know, man. You from out west, dog. We can't say what y'all really be saying. But anyway, gas is high. That's why we up at 50,000 feet. Speaking of gas is high, did you know Juicy is out?
Oh, you didn't do it, man.
Riis, yesterday you said it. See, look, Riis.
Riis, you don't go crazy. He was found guilty going crazy. You can't do that. See, listen, hold your composure. But I say he was innocent all along, but I'm just saying, hold your composure, man. I'm so glad, man, that man now free Jesse, man.
Free Juicy. Juicy is free. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. We ain't going to talk too much about it, but you think he's going to talk again? I be
He
quiet.
might be quiet now.
But I was
that
talking
appeal go
again.
through. Dan Webb and them ain't going.
But the funny thing is, the appellate court, it was a black woman, a white man. I got to see if the white man is up to run. Because they both was like, nah, let him out. And then the one white woman on there was like, I disagree with this judgment, period.
Really?
She just said it straight like, I disagree with this. And they said this is really, really unreal that that is happening, because you really only get out when when there's the likelihood that your sentence will be overturned. I don't think that we are anywhere near the space that we think his sentence is going to get overturned. I think the appellate court just said he wasn't supposed to get jail time, right? And so I think they tried to fix. Like, I feel like the justice system kind of worked the way it was supposed to work in this case. And I do think, like, when I think about the white ladies who stole the scholarship money, they usually did. Remember, old girl, she did 3 days and then got out. So it's like,
Was she remorseful? Or she act like she ain't do it to the end?
oh no, she never played good. That's the one lady from Full House.
Oh, them. Okay, the national.
Right, remember
okay.
the one lady did, she admitted, and then she got in and got out. And then the other one, the one who everybody liked until she was on Full House, she lied all the way to the end. And then she went to jail, but they sent her to prison for like a week.
I think Juicy bringing too much heat.
Juicy
to the
needs
county.
Juicy just tripping, man. Tripping. Man, you saw he got out yesterday. You know, I be wondering who be the ones that say, how much do you get paid to be the security? Or do you think you just do it for the promo? Some days I be thinking the bros be doing it for the promo.
I think at this point, to stand next to him, you just gotta either be getting paid, or maybe that's your family, or you clout chasing.
See, that's what I said. Like, I feel like the ones that, like the head of security, everybody else had on the mask. The head of security was like, no, dog, I'm getting all this camera time.
I'm finna Instagram this later. I'm writing a book about this.
Hey, check this out, y'all. University of Chicago is giving scholarships away to Ukrainian students who are victims, full scholarships, so that as their part to give back.
Dang.
So that they, I mean, you should see the stuff that they coming up with to give the Ukrainians.
I'm
like, Ukrainians getting our reparations right now in our face.
Man, remember when
They are.
Katrina happened and a lot of schools was giving, they weren't giving out scholarships to the Katrina victims. They was just like, okay, we'll let you transfer in. I know people who still got student loan debt. They had to transfer from some of them New Orleans schools.
Speaking of New Orleans schools, shout out to the school behind the billboard, Xavier, who apparently is one of the HBCUs that, if you graduate from there, you are among the highest paid black people in the country.
What? Ain't it Catholic? It's Catholic, right?
Yeah, and they got
remember I told y'all black Catholics are disproportionately more wealthy than other black people.
That's because they learned the game. That's where Todd went. That's where Kerry went. That's where John Stroger went. But they also had the most black graduate doctors that get into medical school. So it's a good thing. Shout out to the school behind the billboard. But I was thinking about that University of Chicago giving away scholarships. Did the black college students get out? Yeah. I see y'all. This, like, I'm gonna tell y'all's gonna be mad at me, but every time they say Ukraine, I'm gonna say, did the black people get out yet? Did they get all the white people out, so now that the black people get on the train last and get out and not get kicked off?
We ain't supposed to talk about that, Maze.
That's why we have this show. And I'm just telling you, if you Negroes are out here, if you have a Ukraine thing and you black and you ain't talking about the black students that these Ukrainians is kicking out, I'm going to talk about a little bit later being on code. And I'm going to say you are not on code. Ruthie, I asked, we're going to talk about being on code too, because I said shouldn't no black people be down there on that Adam Toledo stuff. But yet and still, not that I said it means something, but we ain't have nothing to do with Adam Toledo. Get on code. Ask where the people from Adam Toledo squad is on the remap. Ask them where they are on the undocumented vote. Ask them hey, yo, why you dancing for Adam? I'm going to play the video. We're going to see who was down there because I don't think it was a lot of black people there. But it sure was. But you know they make sure they... did you see FOP is targeting legislators? They even threatened their own homies, talking about being on code. John Catanzara told their strongest allies in the city council, if you back this candidate that we're against, we coming for you. Even though you support us on everything, if you cross us right here, we cutting you too.
Oh.
Then they messed around and ran 3 candidates, and they're running. They switched up their strategy. They used to run Republicans against Democrats in Chicago. Now they running Democrats against Democrats in Chicago. It's getting ready to be real interesting.
What kind of Democrats against what kind of Democrats?
Well, that's the story. You know, it's a whole bunch of... Well, in Chicago, I think if you say Democrat, you really got to be like Republicrats. And you got to say... I mean, I think in Chicago, because we have nonpartisan, the snakes get to be who they get to be. But I got to tell you, man, John Catanzara, I was watching some of his videos. The one thing I got to say is like, you may not like his members, or you may not like him, but he knows who his constituency is. And he be going hard. And I actually feel like I was listening to him say some things. I know your blood cooks, but he is an advocate. I just feel like the whole concept of being an unabashed advocate for the people that you represent, regardless of who else that offends, is really...
Well, at some point, you have to transition from an advocate to an actor. Well, then it becomes a slippery slope. Well, because we know, like, you don't believe some of that stuff you're saying. We know you just...
Well, I mean, I think, like, even in
fodder.
I think he got vaccinated. So he was like, I'm advocating for the members that aren't. I got a vaccine. But I think just the whole, like, I'm just telling you like this. The whole thing about this whole fact that they like, we ain't like, I feel like this whole premise that they don't believe that that the people that they elect are representing their interests, regardless of if their interests are racist or not. They're not apologizing for what they say. And I think that's just the whole thing. I feel like we the only people.
Got a base.
Right.
We ain't got no bases like that. Our bases are a little splintered. Which is why I think that if our black elected officials had, stronger bases, maybe they would advocate for our interests too.
I think and he just increased his members' dues so that they could so that they could fund more campaigns against the people. So it's they're building a war chest. It's one of the things I think they're putting here's what I'm saying. Whether you like them or not, they are putting the infrastructure in place to at least figure out how they can help or hurt the people that are with or against them. So it's going to be interesting to watch beyond the fact that they carry guns. Speaking of police, I think the local weed yesterday. Shout out to support your local weed man shirts. They got Ruthie sold one yesterday, but when she sold one yesterday, it got me to think. Ruthie? Did you see that the cannabis sales are falling precipitously?
Really?
And they are now saying that it is blaming it on the illicit market.
No, people blame it on the cost.
Well, that's what I'm going to ask y'all because I want to understand the cost. But that's the whole thing. They saying they're blaming it on the illicit market, the fact that the cartels have kept it limited, so they got to keep the taxes high because they don't have the volume. So the state to make the money allows them, and now it's falling off. So we're going to talk about that because I don't even know how much it's supposed to cost. They were saying in the dispensary, an eighth is $80, and I don't know. I don't know what that is for perspective. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But
what is the black cannabis people doing? Are they still hemorrhaging money?
Yes, they had a press conference because it's still no. And now JB talking about he is going to simplify the process, and now it's only $250 for a license. So and they're gonna open up 55. But my thing is, so if you spent all these tens of thousands of dollars, and then here's what we know. We know that at the $250 rate, then the white people gonna be putting in for 10,000 of them to flood the market again. I just feel like y'all, if y'all let these people walk around here without answering none of this, y'all get what y'all deserve.
I just knew by this time we was gonna be celebrating black millionaires. I had resolved in my spirit that even if I wasn't gonna be one, I was just happy for the people that was about to cash out.
Well, and guess what? The longer it waits, the easier it is to make them cash out.
Because they hemorrhaging.
Right. So if I come to you now and say, I got $5 million, let me get all that, and I'll take all your debt, you ain't going? I'm just telling you, the whole thing is to choke you.
Yeah,
you got up. You got this gold, but you can't sell it nowhere. I've seen this happen. It's what they got in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has the biggest, the most precious, all the diamonds, but they can't sell them. So they got diamonds this big that they got to sell you for the cost of this. Cause coming and going. Did you see that the CPD says they're going to have 1.5 after the highest murder rate in the last quarter century? They said they're going to mandate 1.5 million positive contacts with people. That's scary to me. Like, I do not want the police if I got a flat tire, don't pull up behind me. I'm straight. More people coming. But I don't know that we really what are the black positive interactions with the police?
I was just about to say that.
How does that look?
Show me what positive on both ends.
Show me what that look like. And I think the trauma of just having the lights flash can outweigh all of any positive. You pull your lights on and say, hey, have a nice day. Thanks, I just had a heart attack. But I appreciate you. Man, if you don't. And then finally, did y'all see what's going on in Proviso? There's a strike. It's going on 8 days, but it's starting to get a little testy, and I want to show you all some video from Fox 32 because the tensions have escalated to what appeared to be a fight. And it got like a physical confrontation. And I often wonder, how does that work out? So we're going to talk about it. Black superintendent, Latina woman, battling in this strike. And I want to show the video, and I want to play it, and then I want to talk about it a little bit more. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break. If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now. And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the media, black people? How y'all doing today? Just Riis the Ruler, coming to you with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report as we head over to sports. The Chicago Bulls versus the Utah Jazz. Zach LaVine, 33 wasn't enough as Donovan Mitchell, 37, will help the Jazz power past the Bulls, 125-110. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 22 minutes outbound to O'Hare 18. On the Eaton's 29 minutes in both directions, while the Eisenhower is 34 minutes Thorndale to the Loop, 28 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 36 minutes outbound, will be 29. The Bishop Ford I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 35 minutes, 28 minutes to I-80. On the Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the Loop and 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson, and Jackson to 55th will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. Today's weather is currently 52 degrees and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 61 with a low of 41. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Thursday here on The Mace Jackson Show.
Back to glory. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule in the building trying to tell me what to do.
You right.
It's my show. I say, when I do like this, that's when it's supposed to be on. He was like, that's not when you say, that's not when you do. I be like, oh, I can't come in when I want to come in no more. The spirit can't move me no more.
It's my show.
Okay.
You ain't seen that clip where everybody doing that with the Temptations? I know you seen it, and they be like, hold it. You never seen the Jack? You know what I'm talking about, Ruthie? You gotta see it. I'm seen it.
You right, Riis.
Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I want to do something real quick. I want to remind you all that Dr. Willie Wilson is giving away free gas this morning.
Gas like my cousin gas?
Well, not that.
Oh.
Like, vroom.
Oh, okay. Gas to go in the car, not gas to go in my lungs.
You talk about gas to go in your lungs.
Hey,
I thought they
Wilson
was escaping.
Let me, Dr. Wilson, I know you hear me. You know these cannabis people been out here struggling. So if you want to have a free other kind of gas giveaway, just let us know.
Let me read this real quick. Humanitarian and businessman Dr. Willie Wilson, Khalil Abdullah, and Amin Ibrahim, the gas station owners. Dr. Wilson will donate a total of $200,000 in free gas for those struggling to pay high gas prices in Chicago. Each vehicle will get $50 in gas until $200,000 is exhausted. When does this happen? Thursday, March 17, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Gas giveaway starts at 7 a.m. So wait a minute. Y'all got about 12 minutes.
That's what I'm trying to say, Maze. Let's shut this down. No. I got my gas can. I'm ready. I can't for my lawnmower.
Gas
How you know? That's 50, one of the rules.
50, how much you take to fill up your tank, Ruthie?
With these gas prices, like $50, $60, $70.
That's nice.
But I'm gonna go online. I'm gonna go back around.
You can't go. $32.
How they gonna know?
They gonna put a Willie Wilson stick on your
I'm gonna drive to.
What if he say you got to put a Willie Wilson for mayor on your bumper sticker? Would you take it? Would you do it?
Willie Wilson for mayor?
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll put it on your bumper sticker.
I gotta keep it on there.
Yep.
How long?
Till after the election.
Dang. You know what? Because I still have appreciation for Dr. Wilson, I would do it. I love seeing them reparation signs all in my community. Now, they ain't pick them up like they should, but other than that, I love a good optic, a black optic. So I'll do a Dr. Willie Wilson for mayor bumper sticker.
So let me read this for you. Why is Dr. Wilson doing this? Because the soaring price of gas has caused hardship for too many of our citizens. The average price of regular gas has gone well over $4 for the first time in nearly 14 years and is now up to 50% from last year. The war in Ukraine, a ban on Russian oil, and high taxes are contributing to rising fuel prices, Dr. Wilson said. As gas stations owners, we decided to lower our gasoline prices during Dr. Wilson's gas giveaway in an effort to allow more cars to benefit from Dr. Wilson's generosity, said Khalil Abdullah. Each car that passes through participating gas stations will receive $50 in gas pumped by individuals hired by Dr. Wilson and a notepad from Dr. Wilson. You better write down.
You ain't got to pump your own either?
Dang.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man, full service. And he giving you a notepad. Dr. Wilson said, I'm confident that with God's help and the wisdom, we will get through those tough times together. If I can help somebody as I pass along this way, then my living is not in vain.
Ooh,
Am I living in vain? See, Riis,
you think he'll pay my people's gas bill if I ask?
You think you can pull through with your...
I'm
in my gas bill. Knowing Dr. Wilson, he probably will.
I'm just saying, people's gas. Good Lord.
People's gas should have sponsored this. But it's funny. We're going to talk about that in a little while.
Exactly.
Participating gas stations, free gas starting March 17th at 7 a.m. until $200,000 is exhausted.
$200K, Dr. Wilson coming through for the people.
Is it worth it for Dr. Wilson? We're going to talk about it. Hold on. We'll talk about that a little later. All right, y'all. I don't know if you all have been seeing what's been going on in Proviso Township. At the Proviso, high schools are on strike right now. School district is on strike. What's the matter with it?
I was reading the comments.
Uh-oh. What's the comments? What they say?
Tamiko said, Tyrone said it's a waste of money. He said, why didn't he just buy a damn gas station and lower the prices?
Black people, boy, you can't win with black people.
I love it, though.
Black people. So don't get no gas. Don't get no gas.
But you know what? It's interesting though, because if he got the whole little full service stuff, it costs him way more than $200K to pull this off.
Yep. I mean, sometimes it'd be tough.
You think if I roll up in a driving lawnmower, you put some gas in it?
$50.
$50 straight
Man.
up.
I said, Maze, man, no matter what a black person do, you can always find another one that can contradict that one, huh? No matter what. Giving away free gas.
400 gas is, I pay $5. I wouldn't do it because I would be taken away from a less fortunate person. Mm-hmm. But like, don't let that man go ahead and give his gas away. Just let him give his gas away.
And I bet you he probably gonna be at some of them gas stations actually
at the 1 and 3.
pumping some of the gas. You think he gonna pump some gas?
Oh no.
You don't think so?
Oh no.
When y'all don't think Dr. Wilson pump his own gas no more?
Oh no.
Don't do him.
I think he does. When he drive, he does.
I bet you he got a private gas pump at his crib, and I bet you he be pumping it himself.
Nah, really, you got.
Y'all don't think Dr. Wilson pump his own gas?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does because Dr. Wilson drive himself. Mm-hmm. He'll drive himself. So if he drive himself, when he roll up in that Suburban, he drive himself. I can see Dr. Wilson. He pump his gas. Now today he ain't pumping his gas. Now, but I tell you what, let me say this, he might. Mm-hmm. And I think if it was me and I'm running for mayor, mm-hmm. I'm pumping gas. I got me a Dr. Willie Wilson with like an old service station with my name on it so that when because the shot, the money shot, for real?
You talking about one of them like one piece coverall?
I wouldn't do that. I would do the old school, like sort of like this jacket, but with a collar.
That's dope.
And I would put Dr. Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Public servant.
That's dope,
right? And I would so that when they did my shot, right? When they took my shot, the shot would be of me serving some senior citizen. Mm-hmm. I would make sure that they got the senior citizen, me putting gas in the thing and telling her thank you with a line of cars down the block.
Ooh.
And that's the camera shot that I would hold.
Come on,
and then
Wilson.
I would have my cameras. Then I would hold my press conference right in between two cars as I have two people pumping gas. But I'd be like, hold on. And I would stop. I'm not here for y'all cameras. I'm here for the pump. I would walk off on the cameras and be like, how you doing, Ms. Johnson? Mm-hmm. Take care of Ms. Johnson. Then come back. Okay, now, and then come back to it.
It has to, it's such a good feeling to be able to listen to the needs of people and actually deliver on what they need, whether that's mass,
without somebody,
help with
somebody,
property taxes.
Without somebody, it's crazy because people are out. Did you see the white folks that tried to go in on Kerry about Dr. Wilson? And it's weird to me. Well, we're going to talk about this in a minute. It's a whole different thing I want to talk about, though. So anyway, back to, shout out to Dr. Wilson. Dr. Wilson, if you get a chance, give us a call, 872-259-7474. By the way, speaking of 872-259-7474, we got to welcome the Saints, who joined us at 6:30 a.m. every day, 6:30 a.m. at WBGX 1570 a.m. You can catch us Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8. That's when the Saints get here. You can give us a call at 872-259-7474. Then, I also got to say what's up to the sinners who get here at 6 and stay till 9, and they watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Hey, I want to say something. I got the comments mixed right now. Mm-hmm. So Facebook, I get to see all the Facebook comments, but I don't get to see I don't get to see the YouTube comments. I wonder if the people on YouTube would start commenting. Is there an opportunity to comment underneath the video?
Post.
Only after the show? Mm-hmm. All right, so y'all, can y'all do me a favor? If you're on YouTube, can you at least thumbs up it? Can you like it? Can you give me some positive? I'm trying to get the circulation up in that space as I get ready to make my transition. All right, but Ruthie, Riis, I need you to switch. I don't know if you all have been paying attention. Did we decide yesterday who was better, a Proviso East or Proviso West? I think we said Proviso East was the best, or did we say Proviso West? I think Toy said Proviso West. I was like, she said, I think Proviso West is the School of Spirit Airlines. What was Proviso East United. Riis said Proviso East is united, and they said that Proviso Westcott is a combination of Spirit and Frontier. That's what Riis said. And Toy is the CEO of Spirit.
CEO of the merger.
Right, she handled the merger. So anyway, y'all. But there's a big battle going on, and I think it's really important that we're watching the early stages of this. Because can I ask y'all a question? Proviso, that's what, Maywood and Bellwood? I used to think Maywood and Bellwood is black.
Me too.
Oh, it is.
Is it?
Oh,
Didn't I call it Murder
is.
Maywood?
Oh, it definitely is black.
Do y'all remember when Maywood used to be the place when you was moving away from the South Side and you was moving, like all the black, I remember when black people was moving to Maywood, and Maywood was like in the 70s, it was like you was moving on up.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like when I grew up, it was kind of a little bit more, like a little more strict. So like you couldn't, they like really like pick kids up outside after like 9 o'clock and took them to like the police station. Like, but like now, like you could not be outside that late. But like now, yeah, but it was good. I like Bellwood and Maywood.
Okay, so is it still? But it's changing.
Yeah, but it's more black.
It's more black, but it's being encroached upon. Would you say the western suburbs are starting to get a little browner? Right? It's a lot of Italians. It's a lot of browner. It's coming. The brown is coming from the south, and it's headed east. So right now right now we're seeing the opening salvos of what I believe will be the future of the Proviso School District. But really, Riis, get the voice ready, because I want to ask this question. Ready? Oh, I'm sorry. You got to do the question, and then we come back, and then I'll play the video. So look, y'all, it's time for the big voice. And so once Riis get through doing what he's supposed to do, then go ahead, Riis.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Ruthie, what happens when men and women get into conflict? What happens when a man and a woman get into conflict? And I think it's important. I want you to watch this video of what happened in Proviso as they are having a battle over the school board. I want to play this video from shout out to Fox 32 Chicago. This was news from their clip. I'm going to play it now. Hold on. Riis, you got me volume?
Yes, I do.
Okay, hold on. It's probably the video. No.
Yeah, I got volume.
Can you hear it? Cause
Definitely switch, because there you go.
all right, let me go back. You got it?
It's definitely up, because whatever you just did, it just like we just heard it. I don't know what it is. Sound.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out, because it's the same chord we use all the time. And I heard it.
Yeah, and I didn't do anything. I just plugged it in. Yeah, something like a shortage or something in it.
Anyway, there was. Let me see. I don't know why we can't hear it.
No, that's just the echo thing. That's from that. But no, it's.
Man, yesterday, I don't know if I can.
That's the right chord in. I got the right chord in. Turn it off and on. Try to chord in now and do it.
All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show.
Like there you go right there, but it's the chord. It's not like a bad shortage in the chord for some reason. You don't hear that noise with it?
I can hear it, but. Man. All right. So yesterday, I'm going to play the video for you anyway. And then we will. And
I found the jurisdictions too for you. Proviso East is Maywood, serves students from Broadview, Forest Park, Maywood, and Melrose Park. Proviso West School is Hillside, and it serves students from Bellwood, Berkeley, Broadview, Hillside, North Lake, Stone Lake, and Westchester.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see if we can try it again. I'm going to try and reconnect it and see if we can get.
It's 7:02. Hope y'all in line.
I hope y'all in line for the Willie Wilson gas giveaway. Let's see if we can get some audio. Nope.
So I'm gonna see if it's gonna come out the computer if you do it. Hold on real quick.
What you mean if I come out the computer?
You know how I do like the little echo or something like that? Hit play now.
Oh, yeah.
It's that chord.
Yeah, but what could have happened to the cord?
I don't
on
know.
the day?
I don't know. But can't you share your screen on the thing?
Yeah, I am sharing my screen.
Yeah, if you share your screen, then it should like to do the audio.
Here, we'll just share the screen and we'll do the audio from there. Hold on. All right, so basically, y'all, how about this? Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll check it out and we'll make it all work. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, DJ Riis the Ruler. Don't forget, get in line. Dr. Wilson is giving away gas today. 400 people per location. He's giving $50 worth of gas. But when we come back, I want to know what happens when men and women get in a conflict. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
Steve Standard.
Let's reminisce. Yeah. Woo. See, I remember the first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew, baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back, I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach, playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets? And now we're taking flights from London to Belize, and we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah. I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah. To the day that we first met, let's throw back. I really wanna know. Let's throw back. Let's go back. Let's throw back. Let's go. I wanna go back. Oh, come on now. We were making love to the first time we let's reminisce of the whip. We were making love. Come on now. Let's throw back. Oh, all I wanna do is throw it back. That's all I wanna do. Come on now. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Let's throw back, everybody. Let's throw back. If you love somebody, let's throw back. Talk about the love. Let's throw back. Let's throw. I wanna throw back. Reminisce on how we.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
If you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve wrong.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. You better hurry up and get your butt in line.
Get your gas.
In case you are wondering what's going on, why is the screen split, is because Dr. Willie Wilson is giving away free gas at 10 gas stations around the city of Chicago to help the people. Help the people. Trying to get him to call in, but you know, he might be out there pumping gas. Ruthie, he got some. If I was him, I'd have white gloves on. I would. I'd ham it up. I'd be like, you, what mayor you got that would come out and pump gas pay for your gas and pump it?
Straight up.
Like, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But before we do that, Ruthie, I was trying to get to the social media question today, and I think we got it right. I want to know what happens when men and women get into conflict. I don't know if you're seeing what's going on in Proviso, but there is a conflict between the school board and the superintendent. And just the other day, according to Fox News, tensions bubbled over. Riis, I'm going to try this again. We're going to switch it over, and I'm going to play it through the road. I think this is it. No,
let me know when you do it.
It's there. I'm playing.
Hold on, I'm going to see now.
Still nothing? Why is it? What is going on? All right, so I want you all to watch the video, because what you see right now is a video, and I'll describe it to you. No, it's not it. Is that not it?
Hit the play. I'm gonna see. Is it playing?
It's playing. It is playing. It is playing. Give me some audio. I tried to get the audio out. But here's what is happening. And then Riis, I think we're going to switch. So I'm going to give you the audio, right? So basically yesterday or 2 days ago after a school board meeting in which they were trying to ratify a deal between the teachers, there was an altercation between the superintendent, who is a black man, and a Latina school board member. And I'm going to play the video for you, and I'm going to kind of try and narrate it as we watch it. And then, Riis, what we're going to do is I'm going to take it out and see if I can just play the audio separate without the video. All right, so here I'm going to go back. I just cannot understand why we're not getting audio on this, though. Here we go. I'm going to play the video. So yesterday or 2 days ago, there was a school board meeting, and as you can see, you see the brother right there? That is the superintendent. And he's got his hand in the face of of one of the school board members, in which essentially he puts his hands in her face, and she is leading a protest against him. Look, if you can see right there, there's the woman, and I really think it's important. Dang, this is really blowing me that I can't get the audio on this. But security had to intervene. And so then we saw the reports. If you can look right there and pause. Dang, they put the thing right there. But if you can look, they essentially had to separate the school board president from one of the lady school board members. And what you see behind that is the women mobilizing, and particularly the Latina women mobilizing and calling out the black male principal. Or not principal, but the black male superintendent. And they are actually, if you look at all the imagery of the people that are protesting as compared to the people that are in leadership, there is a rebellion going on right now. Pay attention to the backdrops here. I want you to take a look, and I want you to understand what's going on. So the first thing I want to know is what you see him. He's got his hand in her face, and I want you to, again, pay attention to the video, because right now, again, we're watching the video of the superintendent of schools getting into a verbal conflict in which he put his hands in the face of one of the Latina women school board members. Now, as I was listening to her audio, she was saying that she is a 5-foot tall woman being intimidated by this large man. She has been particularly an antagonist against him. But I also want you to look at the imagery of who they are representing and who is striking. And I want you to understand that this is kind of how it works, right? Her name is Claudia Medina. She's a district board member, District 209. And now at the end of this, and they slid the young black man in there, but if you look at the audio and you look at the backdrop of who is actually doing the protesting, this seems to be a little bit orchestrated. But I feel like the brother kind of walked into it because he put his hands in the face of that woman. And I feel like the thing that I don't think that so what I want to do is I want to ask, what happens when men and women get into conflict? What is that? Riis, turn off your mic. Now, whatever that was, I just heard it click. Let's see if we can try it again. Dang. Because whatever you're doing right now, I can hear it working in the process. So I guess my question is, Ruthie, what do you do if you're a man and you get into a conflict with a woman?
Like verbal or physical?
Well, apparently verbal.
Well, as a woman, I don't think that I should be able to just, be all up in somebody's face and then feel the type of way if they up in my face, even if I am a woman.
So I really want to, so let's go back. It's the social media question of the day. What happens when a man and woman get into conflict? And are there specific rules of engagement? And the reason I ask that is because we watched this video of the, she said he went to jab me. Board member recounts explosive confrontation with superintendent caught on video. And I don't know that there's an opportunity for a man to get into conflict with a woman. Riis, try it. No? Still no audio?
I do think he might have, just looking at Claudia Medina's statement, I do think the principal might have walked into something.
An ambush.
Because this, she says, if you don't mind me reading this.
I want you to.
From ABC 7. Our students are out of school. Our teachers deserve a better contract, and he's not doing everything in his power to get kids back in our school, said board member Claudia Medina. The superintendent confronted me with violence when I asked for his calendar. It is a violation of his contract. It is a violation of school policy, and I am calling on other school board members to get him to resign or to fire him. Tripped him up.
Got it. Okay, I'm going to try and Bluetooth it. See, Ruthie, what? And when you say tripped him up, what do you mean?
So, I mean, to say that, you know, violence, you know, that he confronted me with violence and that is a violation of his contract, it's like, okay, well, you've probably been trying to catch him up on a few things. So you caught him up on...
It's not connected.
On that?
Okay. I'm sorry, Ruthie. So I feel like this brother missed out. Like, I feel like he just walked into an ambush. And I just wonder, is it possible for a man and woman to get into conflict, and are there rules of engagement?
If it's public. Optics matter.
Is there any scenario through which, turn it on, Riis. Is there any scenario through which a black man, or not a black man, but a man and a woman can get in a conflict? And then is there a scenario in which a man can win? I feel like this is one of those things that happens regularly. I'm sorry, y'all. I really want to get this audio for this.
I'm also thinking that sometimes, too, like...
Did you turn it on, Riis? Turn on the Bluetooth.
Just because... I don't know. I think that there's a way to appear to be calm, but to be antagonizing people at the same time. And her asking for his calendar, he probably took that as an antagonization.
Yeah, I feel like she was trying to make him.
So she might have been like, you know, can we have access to your, you know, in a nice, calm way. But sometimes, you know, the words that you say, even if you say them calm, and he was like, hands and face. Now, I do wonder what he said to her.
Okay, so let's go back. We're going to try and play it again. I'm going to go back to the story, and I want you to... Because I feel like she tried to set him up.
No setup. You a man, you should know rule number one, you never lay your hands on a woman. Now, you can have... First of all, you don't even argue with a woman because she always right anyway. So you just wasting your time anyway. You know, it's just ways. It is rules to the engagement, and you can have a verbal argument or a verbal disagreement. But as a man, in no way should you put a hand on a woman.
I agree with you. You shouldn't put a hand on a woman.
Hand in the face.
Is there a way to? Let me ask a question. In that same space, though, are there things that people can do to provoke you? Can she
She asked that man for his calendar. Like, it might. Now, I'm always, I got to read stories like Maze Jackson. So even though she's quoting it saying that I know she said that to him in a way that was kind of like undermining his authority. This is power plays.
Riis, okay, so let's play the story back because I really want to go backwards. All right, let's go back. Now, see, I got you connected through Bluetooth. You got it? All right, so turn me up in my headphones. Turn up the audio. I'm playing it.
I think you got your computer on mute or something. It gotta be you. It gotta be you.
How is it?
I'm telling you, the Bluetooth on, everything is on. Is your computer muted? Like, did you hit the volume? Did you I don't know. is the thing. You up. You're up. You're up.
So now I'm not connected. Man, bro. I'm going to disconnect it. Okay, I'm going to turn on. Look, I'm going to turn it up. Let's just turn this up real quick. Ruthie, give me your headphones. Not your headphones yet.
So I asked for a copy of his calendar. At that moment, he put his hand up, and then he went to jab me with his elbow in my face and said words that are explicit, which I would not like to repeat. They were intimidation, and he gave me a very violent face as well.
He gave me a violent face. Let me go back.
To all of the district's board members, conference today. In that cell phone video captured by a student, Superintendent James Henderson and board member Claudia Medina are exchanging words. This comes after Medina was advocating for the teachers union throughout the meeting, questioning why negotiations were taking as long as they have. Currently, school is canceled through tomorrow, with the next formal bargaining session to take place tomorrow morning. This afternoon, the teachers union held a news conference criticizing the superintendent for that incident. The board member at the center of it claims the words used were explicit.
At that moment, I was asking for accountability. I wanted to know what the superintendent was doing and why negotiations were not his top priority. So I asked for a copy of his calendar. At that moment, he put his hand up, and then he went to jab me with his elbow in my face and said words that are explicit, which I would not like to repeat. They were intimidation, and he gave me a very violent face as well.
We reached out to all of the district's board members, President Rodney Alexander, and Superintendent Henderson.
Let me just tell you. That is exactly how a Negro gets lynched.
And the funny part about that is that's actually a crime. Did you know that?
What?
Like if she felt threatened.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's actually a crime.
So, but here's I got it. It's go. So, I guess my question is, first of all, do you think he was being set up? It seems to me like he walked right into it. Not to be funny, but it's like first of all, she said, and then she stole his argument, right? Because he was advocating the whole meeting for the teachers. And then she said, let me see your calendar. Cause I don't know I don't feel like, prove to me that you working.
Is that what that was, you think?
Read.
It's a loaded statement, and I wonder how he took that. Like, let me see your calendar.
And his answer and my answer to that would have been like, who the hell is you? Like, I don't report and if I do report, I count my votes, and then I'd be like, well. But I guess my question is, and open up the phone lines, give us a call, 872-259-7474. What are the rules of engagement when women and men get into conflict? And I'm going to be honest with you, in this case, I feel like the brother was provoked and didn't see it. And it was like, I feel like when I was watching and listening to her, there are buttons that you know how to push with brothers or with men. And I feel like she was pushing it, and then she played the victim. And if you would have heard her on WBBM, she said she was Latina. And I'm a Latina, and I'm the only person on the board, and I'm a woman. And if you saw all the imagery of all the women marching, look at the image of the black man. I want y'all to pay attention. It was a black dude and all white and Latino women who were leading the charge against him. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. How do you handle situations like that? Like, I do feel like, brother, when I saw his hand go up in his face, you can't win that one. You cannot win that one with women.
All right. I need to stop reading it because is making me a little upset. But
talk to me. What's going on?
I'm reading. Now I'm on NBC5, right? You know, you got to try to. It's a shame you got to read about 5 or 10 different news stories and news sites to kind of glean what could possibly be the truth. But it says that he said, "Get the beep out of my face, beep." Right?
Okay.
And then he first went like this, and then he went to elbow me in the face, then took it away. I would imagine that's one of these, or I don't quite know what that motion is. I was shocked, said Senior. The crowd around me was shocked. The superintendent is seen on video making a backhand gesture. Then seconds later, security steps in. Is a backhand gesture a slap, like a backhand slap? That's what he's talking about?
Apparently.
Okay. How embarrassing is this, said Medina. The superintendent would take a 5-foot woman when he's more than 6 feet tall and feel that he has the need to intimidate me with violence.
Why you walk up on me?
When I'm asking him as his boss for accountability. Medina, who voted against Henderson's hiring and contract extension, said things escalated when she asked for a copy of his schedule. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. As I go down to the end of the article, it says that Medina told NBC5 she filed a police report alleging assault and battery.
As Riis just got through.
The Hillside Police Department is investigating the complaint. No charges have been filed at this time.
Karina. Now, Ruthie, we had a heated meeting. I've been your antagonist for the whole time. I voted against you. I don't want you here. And I'm your boss. And I'm telling you, and can I tell, so real talk though, this ain't even just a black man. This is the situation that happens to black people in power all the time. And it usually is somebody, man, don't get me started. Don't get me started. So now you got this Latina woman who is in the man's face. Like, Ruthie, I always tell women, it's like, Riis, women will walk up on somebody knowing damn well you can't do nothing to, for the premise of being like, what you gonna do? For the premise of what, I want you to hit me. And when he didn't and showed restraint, she still hit him with the same charges. And here's the other part. It doesn't matter if he gets charged. He got the case. They put it on his record. You were pulled over by the police for assault and battery. And now every time they report him in the newspaper, it's going to be superintendent who, and then they're going to have a link to that story with the video of him intimidating this woman who obviously was trying to provoke him. Now, my brother, you got to see that coming. My brother, and if you, I really wanted you to hear the video because the security was like back up and the people was like, no, let her get that, right? So they like get some space, everybody to their corner, and the other team is egging him on, no, you let her talk to him. You let her get in his face. And then if you look at all of the imagery from this, they stuck that one little Negro who was off code in the video. All you saw was white and Latino women. And the image that will come out of this no matter, and they said the man was advocating the whole night for the teachers.
The school board did release a statement saying that Medina's comments, they called them an unnecessary and inappropriate distraction. And the board is standing behind Dr. Henderson.
But she's the lone Latina. She is, you know who she is? She is the pioneer. She is the person that you let in to be inclusive, and then they be like, I ain't on the team no more.
Oh.
So again, what happens
that
is
sounds familiar.
You Black and Brown Coalition. How you get elected? If it's all dominated by black people, somebody said, let's run a slate and let's include a Latino representative. They include the Latina representative, and then she gets in and starts to expect, I'm your boss. No, bro, you're not the boss until you got the votes. Then you talk that smack. But I'm his boss. Wait. Read that part again. Because again, look like you find it. Find it again. So here's this man who done worked his way up. And remember when I told you there's nothing that a black man or a woman has that anybody else feels like they gotta respect? I am his boss. Can I just tell you? That's why I know y'all be like, what's up, boss, and all that. I'll be like, don't do it. Cause it's like, I'm his Ruthie. I'm the chair of the board. You're a member. You my boss? You got one vote. And can I tell you, this is I bet if you ask any black person in a position of power that has to balance all of these relationships, the challenges to their power always come from somebody. Don't get me started talking. Read that stuff again, because I know you done found it.
I'm still looking. I don't even know why.
NBC 5.
Okay.
NBC 5. I was his boss. So give us a call, 872-259-7474. And do you think this was a setup? What's the matter, Riis? Why you looking like that?
Just thinking back now, you see how that is, and you see how they going crazy. Meanwhile, we did a story about 2 weeks ago about homegirl that had the big, tall white man come over there and did all that in her face. You remember that? You know?
Down in
right in Springfield.
You know
right?
what I'm saying? And we ain't got nothing on there. I ain't see nothing. I ain't see Ruthie read nothing on Channel 5 News and none of that news.
All about Lakeisha Collins.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and Steve Wright. Remember?
To it, and then all that. We ain't heard nothing about that, right? And now we gonna hear something about this.
See why y'all gotta listen to the Maze Jackson show?
I told you, I'll be listening.
I'll be talking, I'll be listening. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Was she setting them up? Riis, go to the phone lines. Call you on the Maze Jackson show. What should happen in this case? And what happens when men and women get into conflict? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson show. He went to jab me, she said.
Hi.
Go ahead, caller.
Oh. Hey, good morning. My name is Hibiscus, and I'm actually a teacher. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I can hear you, Hibiscus. Are you Hibiscus T on Facebook or YouTube?
Yes, I am. I was in the chat, and I decided, you know what, I'm tired of typing, and I shouldn't be typing and driving anyway. So, just to give a little context, I'm a teacher in the Chicagoland area. I'm not going to be specific about the school because I'm trying to stay incognito. But I wanted to give a little context to the situation. So I have a few teacher colleagues at or in the Proviso district. These are black folks, black teachers, and from their perspective, the superintendent has been incredibly antagonistic throughout this entire process. Furthermore, when the board member was referring to, may I see your calendar, she was referring to the fact that it has been very difficult to get the superintendent to make commitments to subsequent negotiations meeting. If anybody listening has been in union negotiations, you know that it's very highly dependent on a meeting schedule where both parties are able to sit down at the table and negotiate. From the perspective of the teachers, and again, this is context provided from black teachers inside the district, he has been very resistant to actually setting up subsequent meeting dates. So I do urge caution in just automatically feeling defensive for this superintendent because, quite frankly, his actions have indicated that he does not have the best interests of the students at heart. And we have to understand there's a great deal of black students in this district that have been having their learning interrupted as a result of his refusal to actually sit down at the table and negotiate with the teachers. So again, I understand I understand where you're coming from. Trust me, if it was up to me, we would increase the number of unionized black teachers in every single district tenfold. I understand the optics, what it looks like to have a bunch of Latino and white women on the picket lines. I get that. But I think that we also have to understand that not all skin folk is automatically kinfolk. And in this case, I believe the black superintendent is actually doing a great deal of disservice to the black students that are in his district by refusing to come to the table and be a part of the negotiations process. So that's what that calendar thing was about.
Okay, I can accept the calendar thing. What I'm going to tell you, though, is in Hibiscus, first of all, I appreciate that perspective, but I also think that in the process of negotiations, I do think that there are certain tactics that people use, and I do think that his black manhood is now being leveraged against him. And if I would tell you that if the person that was speaking up was a sister telling me this, and that was saying that this dude assaulted me or stepped to me, I would say it completely different. I just think that there are often times when our manhood or blackness is leveraged against us in this space. And negotiations is one thing, right? But when you turn it into now it's a physical assault, this can clearly escalate to a whole nother level. And I just don't know that I agree with the concept of this getting physical, or this he got a case out of this. I don't know about that. Let's go to the live line. Is on anybody else on the live line, Riis? We'll take another call, but I guess, are there rules of engagement? And I think that there is a tactic. And I would then say that if we're on the side of the teachers, then there is a tactic of leveraging this Latina woman and the optics against a black man. What you got calls? All right, let's go to the live line. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Like, I can be with the teachers, but I do think that if the strategy is to leverage this man's being a man against him, and then she took the route of not, this is a teacher negotiation, or I'm fighting for the students, he threatened me. I feared for my life. She played into all of the imagery attached to a black man. And I don't see, I appreciate you, Hibiscus T, talking about the teachers, but this wasn't about teachers. This was, he tried to this goes into the physical assault. Man, please. I feel like, and then they put you in the conundrum of, well, we're for the kids. Okay, the kids is one thing, but when you start to move to tactics like this, it's something different, or it's a very nefarious plot to get what you want. And either one of it is what we do know is that they have always been able to turn black men into monsters and to criminals. I am a 5-foot woman, and he tried to backhand me, and then he tried to physically assault me, and then I felt scared and intimidated, and I put a case on him. The board stood with the superintendent. Now, I didn't hear nothing about teachers here. Let's go to the live line. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller? Hello?
Hey, how you doing, Maze?
What's up, James?
Hey, how you doing, bro? Hey, Ruthie. I just wanted to say, I know that women use that tactic when they want to get you locked up. I don't know if this guy's doing a good job or not. I'm just, I was just kind of listening to the show. I didn't listen to the whole show. But this is the tactic that women use to try to play like a victim, but in a situation like that, he probably should have had some security around him.
He did, James. And they tried to break it up, and then the people. James, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but he did have security, and security intervened. And if you pay attention to the video, all of the students and the other people in the room were egging the security to get out the way to let them let them stay in the space. Security's job is to break it up, get them separated, which essentially they did. But if you pay attention to the audience, I really want you to be able to hear the audience. The audio was like, no, let her have him. Let them get at him, right? And that premise is, it's like, let me get in your face because we want to see what happens. And if he does hit you, then we won for real. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And to be honest, I appreciate you telling me that, because to be honest with you, I didn't see the video. I'm listening to you, and I seen like a little snippets of it, and I also thought about when the lady approached Barack Obama and got in his face. You know, this is something that, especially as a black man, you got to have people around you when you know it's going to be women in the room, you know, and so they can just jump all over them and not push them back. Throw them down on the ground and putting handcuffs on them, you know, because as a black man, you know, you might put your hands on them. You know, I'm going to be honest. I've been in situations, you know, where, you know, a woman will intensely provoke you, you know, and I was literally in the street scrapping one time. She was trying to get my phone. I was trying to get it back from her. And she was such a pretty woman, people thought I was attacking her. And the guy rolled up on me. I'm like, dude, I'm not fighting her. I'm trying to stop her. And it's difficult, you know, dealing with somebody that's really trying to hurt you, and you just trying to stop them, you know, because they're trying to mess you up pretty bad. So that's a situation some women put you in intentionally. It's a hell of a trick. You always look at as the aggressor as a man, you know. It's like, no matter, especially if you're a big man and it's a small woman or a skinny woman or a pretty woman, you know, you look at as the aggressor, you know. But it's a difficult situation to deal with, and I think this should be a learning experience for other men when they know they're going to be in a room full of women. Have security around you. So as soon as something jump off like that, they jump all over them and put handcuffs on them. That's basically what I wanted to say.
Thanks, James. I appreciate you. You know, I was thinking about being in this situation before. I'm going to probably pull up the video of it a little bit later. But I feel like there is an intent to provoke black men. Or to, like, I feel like when I read her, like, she wanted him to do something.
So that she could say, he violated his contract. He must resign over that.
Right, but he also...
She didn't like him in the first place.
Right. And so when you think about that, you know what? I got a video I want y'all to see. I'm going to play it from back in the old days. Reese, I don't know. Can we get this audio? No, hold on. I'm gonna connect the Bluetooth again.
You know okay. Well, you got to do the Bluetooth.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my question becomes, what do you do in these situations? Like, as a black man, when they're determined that they are going to cook you. Hold on, Reese. I got to get the... Let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll continue the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore. Did you connect? Did the road connect? I'm going to turn it off. But look, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop, located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? This is Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report as we head over to the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is 50 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 32. On the Edens inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 47 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 38. While the Eisenhower, we have an hour and 15. Thorndale to the Loop, 44 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 58 minutes. Outbound will be 31 to Bishop Ford. I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 46 minutes, 36 minutes to I-80. Well, the Dan Ryan is 21 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson will be 9 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 8. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8. Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 15 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 52 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 61 with a low of 41. I'm Riis the Ruler here on this beautiful Thursday.
You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want to check.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. Okay, Riis, I'm going to try it again. We're going to try and see if we get some audio. Because I've been in situations like this where I feel like they trying to set you up. And what do you do in a conflict with a woman? Let me see if I can find this video. This is an old school, this is an oldie but goodie. Riis, I'm trying to go through the Bluetooth. I'm about to hit the button and play. Dang, I still ain't getting no. Huh?
It's on. I'm telling you. I just used the phone on the Bluetooth, and we just heard two callers. So I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what it is with the laptop. Let's see.
Try the audio. I'm trying to get this back. But I want to know, what do you do when you are a man and you're under assault by a woman who is determined to provoke you? You got it? You switch over. Let's see if we can get it now.
My picture should be completely fine with that.
Oh, mine, huh? Come on, keep talking.
I don't understand why you don't.
Talking.
I don't
Say all the stuff you just got through saying.
Conversation. I don't understand why you don't want to have a conversation.
Talk more.
Why don't you want to have a conversation?
Finish what you were just saying.
Why don't you want to have a conversation?
Because I don't know you, and I'm like, get away from me.
I will have a conversation with you, which is what I'm trying to do, but you would prefer not to, and you would prefer to videotape. So if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to do, then
say your name.
Completely fine. Why are you being so agitated?
I'm not. You're really just making me laugh.
You need to calm down. I don't know why you're being so agitated. All right.
That happened to me. Right? Like, that actually happened. And it was funny because people was like, I would have knocked her out. I would have, could have, should have. But as a black man in that spot, what do you do? Can I give it to you one more time? Because I feel like y'all don't be understanding what I be trying to tell you. And it's like, so when I'm watching this and, like I heard Hibiscus Tea talk about the teachers, but I think that there are tactics that are employed when it comes.
Keep talking. Say all the stuff you just got through saying. Talk more. Talk more. Talk more.
Why don't
not. You're really just making me laugh.
You need to calm down. I don't know why you're being so agitated. All right.
That could have easily. So when I see this story and Hibiscus talks to me about what happened with, and Hibiscus tells me what happened about the teachers, that's not what I see there. Right? I see that as a negotiation tactic to win, to cause embarrassment, to take my opponent out. I want him to strike me. Why are you so agitated? Why are you so bothered? Why are you? It's like a commonality. And so as I look at this video and I see Miss, what's her name in Proviso?
Medina.
Miss Medina. It makes me, I was traumatized that day, Ruthie, because I was so enraged and I felt like that was essentially during the days when it was okay to just take shots at Maze. So I'm at a bar and this woman approaches me and decides that she's going to teach me a lesson. Right? So she walks up on me and like, oh, you Maze Jackson. Like prior to that, what made me pull out my camera is she put her hands on me. She was poking me and touching me and, right? Now, no video, guess what? He was aggressive. He was so agitated. I asked him to calm down. No video, and I'd say something to her and I did something, or I jump or I do whatever. You don't get none of that. None of it. All you got is Maze Jackson knocked out a... Give us a call, 872-259-7474. How do you protect yourself in a situation like that? Anybody on that line? Give us a call. What you say, caller?
Yo, what's up, family? What's going on with it, though?
Devo, what up, dope?
Hey, man, you know, this conversation just triggers me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a black man in the corporate space, this is what we deal with all the time. You know, even as a person in an elected position, I guess, you're dealing with this. You're juggling all of these relationships because all they got to do is beat you to the phone. All they got to do is put some paperwork on you, and ain't nobody going to have your side. It don't matter what you say. It don't matter. Only thing that's going to keep you is if you got a relationship with somebody and they vouch for you. But you can't even count on that 100% of the time because if the politics is something where they can't advocate for you in public, then you just gonna be out there by yourself, and it's tough, man, and it's hard, bro, and it's very, very tough, and but you know, shout out to the sisters that recognize when they man or significant other be going through stuff like this, and they give them hugs and they show them love, man, because it really ain't no protection for us in the corporate space when stuff like this come up. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it could just be, it's a tactic. We're negotiating. It's a tactic. We're discussing. I may not agree with you, but if I don't say it in a way that is comfortable for you, then you can just say I'm the angry black man, and then I don't have nothing to stand on. So I'm glad you played that video of your situation, because that's what I thought of when I saw this other video. So it happens to us all the time. Man. We just don't have nobody to say nothing to, because if another woman is running something else, then she may not take your side. She may not document your complaint in a way that is your story or your truth. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the lesson is the first one to the phone wins.
And it's not.
So
really
if you're in a situation and you still.
But Devo, it ain't even the first one to the phone. Right. It's the woman that the woman gets to the phone. And I feel like when I watched that video, when I was listening and I'm reading all these stories and I see, again, if you would have watched that incident with me and I put my hand in that woman's face, I feel like I would have been completely justified in putting my hand to, like, I could have been putting my hand, like, get away from me. Like, you heard me say, get away from me. I'm in my space. And she's steady encroaching upon me because it's not just It is a tactic. It is a way to
Yes.
taint the
Yes.
whole narrative. So now this Medina woman is taking this 1 minute clip. Ruthie done Googled her.
Yep.
She done been harassing this man the whole time he been in office. And now you got the moment. You got the moment that you can now take and say,
you own the narrative.
Man, Charlie. And this and here's the crazy part. If that was a black woman, Medina would be doing the same thing because she got a different motive, fam. She has a different motive.
Yes.
Her motive is to get to power. And you get to power by and again, y'all got to understand they know the different triggers. Like the Emmett Till, the moment, that is an Emmett Till moment, y'all. It's not the killing moment, but it is if ain't nobody there to say, like, push back and be like, yo, fam, check this out.
Yep.
Y'all just gonna be like, man, he wrote, if nobody stops and says this, he's cooked. And what the board knows is that she on some BS. Yeah, that was not about the unions and the kids. That is about power. And that is about when people say, what is the quickest way to emasculate a black man? Right? Nobody is believing him. If we ain't taking this side right now, and y'all got to understand that when you're trying to win, it's by any means necessary. If I take the general out, and if they could have got him on a sex case, they would have did that. Right?
Yes, sir.
If they could have said, if they could find somebody that say he sexually harassed me, because who's not going to believe that he didn't? It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, Devo, I'm going to let you finish your call. What else you got for me, brother?
Man, that's all I got, man. Black People First this Saturday, couple of days away. East Side. Anybody from the East Side that want to start a Black People First meeting, want to host a Black People First meeting, let me know. We can combine wards. And just like Brother Alvin say, man, y'all stay on code, man. Pay attention to your words, your thoughts, your actions. Y'all stay on code, man. Shout out to Willie Wilson, man. Every little bit helps. If it's something that you can do to help somebody, man, do it. If it's something that you can advocate for somebody, do it. If it's a job you can give to somebody, do it. Stay on code. Black first, man. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, Devo. Speaking of staying on code, traffic is at a standstill at the Bishop Ford coming on the Stony Island and 87th to 95th. The free gas is going. Shout out to Willie Wilson. He is out there shutting
Shout
it
out
down.
to Willie Wilson. Hope one day you get the Senate.
So, Ruthie. Oh, you got callers on the line, Riis? Anybody? They ain't calling. They don't care about this. They like cook the black man. Put them in the pot and boil. But before we go out of here, I got to say thank you to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. We appreciate you being with us every day, 6:30 to 8. And don't forget to join us if you want to stay on. You can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Y'all, I want to be I want the kids to go back to school, but I cannot ignore the tactics. I cannot ignore the tactics. And I'm saying, if I say, I want you, the headline, and I'm gonna show you the headline on the paper I'm gonna show you the headline on Fox 32. It says, he went to jab me. Board member recounts explosive confrontation with superintendent caught on video. He went to jab you?
And what role does Chewy Garcia play in this?
We gonna take that.
Because I see him sitting. Never mind.
Because we taking it all.
That's another element, but
that's okay. I be talking. Be quiet. I'm talking again. Let's go to the live line. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? What's going on in Proviso? If you live in Proviso too, if you we east or west, or you out in that area, call me and tell me what's going on. Rodney, I know you out there. What's going on in Proviso?
Good morning, family.
Good morning. What's up, ballhead? Hey, man, I think we might need you on Saturday, man. Call me after the show, man, because I think we might need you to cater our get together. But go ahead, brother.
Okay, the thing is this: we as black men, we talking about men as men. We need to have somebody by us that we can trust always, because they're going to use that. We are emotional people, period. And they're going to use that tactic against us because they know they can ruffle the feathers. Somewhere down the line, he has showed aggression, and what they call aggression is, I'm tired of you all bothering me, get back, So they knew once they got him in front of the camera to just push those buttons. We as black men who are emotional have to slow down. Back in the day, before the Lord touched me and I'm a different person now, you would have to do their tactics. Whisper in their ear, I will kill your whole family. Excuse me, but I mean, this is how you just let them know. I know this is your format, but listen to me. You can only hear me. Nobody else can hear me. I will do this and this and that. You understand what I'm saying? The other stuff is sugar, honey, iced tea. Get back. And we have to learn to play these little games with them. Slow down. Think first. And that's, we don't do that. We get a little aggressive because they push those buttons and they know how to do it. Thank you.
Man, thank you, brother. We are emotional. We are, and I would tell you that if you caught a black person, if you put a camera on me after payday, you could say, he is crazy. He be threatening me. He be intimidating me. Because if I caught you in the, gotta write these checks. How many hours did Riis work this damn week? Let me see my commercial. You talk about you was here till 5 o'clock. Mop, show me what you did. He be like, remember, boss.
It's the most stressful time of the month, y'all.
But I'm telling you, like Ruthie, I played you that Lauren Peters.
Is that who that was?
You know who that was?
I never knew who that was.
Okay,
that rolled up on you like that.
So I played that one because the whole thing for everybody else, like to white people, was like, hey man, keep that cool, right? Like nobody tells that story. Nobody tells the story, and I'll be bogus, but nobody will check her. Like who checks the lady, Medina? Like ain't no sisters be like, hey. It was like, hey, Maze, be cool because it'll hurt you in the business space. She'll jam you up on cannabis or something else. Well, I ain't got that. So now I got to be here, and the only opportunity I had to, if I wouldn't have had a camera, she could have said I assaulted her. And I feel like, so I got much love for Hibiscus. But it goes to code. Like, what we gotta defend? We could talk about the teachers, but we definitely have no reason to defend her. Right? Like, to me, we don't. It's that code. Like, we always feel like we gotta be right for everybody else. But everybody else don't have to. That's one woman. It's how many school board members? So she been antagonizing the whole board. Like, it's like, look, Ma, if you get out the way, maybe we could get this done. Instead of, man, he's like, and I'm not tripping on, but I think that there is something in us that tends to seek to be in alignment with other people before our own interests. Something there's like you can count on if 10 people is in the room and we all like bust that because it's white and we just gonna be on some black solidarity. It's gonna be 2 people in that room that be like, man, we ain't right. We'll be just like them if we did that. So wait, you want us to give up some of ours to feed them, but they wouldn't feed us and we gotta feed you? And once you give them some odds, they going to give you a crumb. They don't give you equal peace. That's not, again, remember Adam Toledo? That wasn't our fight, but we're going to talk about that too because we got to talk about getting on code and what is our code. We'll talk about it more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis. Better better known as Black Moji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Black Moji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Black Moji app today.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history. All because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
Terrorism.
WIFTBPM. Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Ruthie Moore for Todd Stroger. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore in the building, plus my dude DJ Riis to rule on the ones and twos. So, Ruthie, I was thinking about staying on code. And it seems like everybody knows how to stay on code but us. But then I got to thinking about maybe we don't know what not staying on code looks like.
Ding, 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 ding.
So yesterday I tried to provide some context clues to staying on code. We talked about Adam Toledo and the shooting of Adam Toledo and the response to it. Now, I would say that most of black folks agree that not Adam Toledo should have been shot, but it was reasonable to think why he would get shot. 12-year-old outside at 2:30 in the morning shooting at cars, chased by police, dips around the corner after the police asked him to drop the gun. In 838 milliseconds later, he comes back after dropping the gun, and the police is not sure, and he shoots him. I remember when the outrage happened, it was like the new not Trayvon Martin, the new Laquan McDonald. They tried to position him as a martyr. We were supposed, like, they was out, people was out protesting. I feel like it was a continuation of the George Floyd. They were extending the George Floyd treatment consideration that was due black people to the Latino community. I also, as we played the video yesterday, had not forgotten even that in the face of this, that I felt like there should be no black people out back when it happened, because I was like, this was right after the Latino community had assaulted us and had run us in place. Ness called in yesterday to remind us, and then I played back audio from that time 2 years ago when the Latino community was going in on us, shooting, attacking, during the quote-unquote being rewarded for protecting their neighborhoods from us. And so I felt a certain way that we were expending all of this energy for a Lil Homicide, because he was known as Lil Homicide. And then yesterday we talked about, what does Adam Toledo mean to the black community? And was there a reason for us to be there? And I think we came to the conclusion yesterday, at least on the show, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, that Adam Toledo, there was no reason for the police to be prosecuted. And that regardless of what happened, it didn't have nothing to do with us. Unless, did we find out where they were with us on the ward remap? Were the people that we were aligning with, or in this Adam Toledo, were they with us? What do they feel about undocumented immigrants and the right to vote? And before you ask them any questions, the question would be, when are you with us? I think a lot of people were like, when did we see Latinos stand up with us? Shout out to Roberto Sepulveda. But en masse, besides the car parade, black people still ain't got no better treatment in the Latino community. And then when you look at, what's old girl name? Medina. Attacking the black school superintendent. Shout out to Hibiscus T. She called us and she said, well, we got to be sure we looking at the right perspective. And I feel like there can be more than one thing going on. Right? So let's say that there's a school board strike, but then the school board strike provided cover for Medina, school commissioner Medina, to flex or to use it as a backdrop to justify attempting to disrespect or emasculate this superintendent. Again, Ruthie, when you say I'm his boss, no, you're not. I mean, you have a vote, and it's a board. And so you're not his. Yes, he reports to the board, but my guess is he's a board member, so he has a vote too.
But that's a mentality, though.
Right, but that's the mentality. Like, nigga, when I tell you, you do what I tell you, nigga. So it's with that backdrop, and I thought it was perfect timing for today, talking about getting on code. Remember when we was watching the video and everybody we saw on the opposition side was Latina or white? And then when it was the press conference, it was the one Negro, the one young kid that was there who was in the press conference for the Medina thing when she was standing there. So it was all Latina kids, Latina woman, and one black dude. The one black dude, student or not, he wasn't on code. Right? He should have looked around and said, wait a minute, is more of us with this? He didn't in his mind, sometimes we don't understand code, and so we want to be the special Negro.
Being on code requires mutual understanding. It requires, I know you're going to be shocked to hear me say this, but it requires a plan, and it requires training to be on code.
Okay. So, but I think what we also got to do is have examples of code not on code.
Straight up.
Yeah. So we're going to play a video for you. I'm going to play a news story for you. And then I want you to tell me code or not code. All right? Riis, let's see if this bad boy work again. We're going to try and switch over. I'm trying to put the audio in the computer. Let's see if it works. I'm going to play this news story from ABC 7. And
officers in the deaths of two young men.
CBS 2's Sabrina Franz is live in Federal Plaza where a protest is underway at this hour. Sabrina.
Hey, Brad Murray. Yeah, this is the second demonstration of today just here behind me at Federal Plaza. Both the families of Adam Toledo and Anthony Alvarez, they plan to protest State's Attorney Kim Foxx's decision not to press charges against either officer in either case.
We are tired of Kim Foxx. She does not have the willingness to even go to trial. We don't mind losing, but put up the good fight for us.
Code, not code. Let's do that again. Let me play it for you one more again.
These are strong reactions to a decision not to charge Chicago police officers in the deaths of two young men.
CBS 2's Sabrina Franz is live in Federal Plaza where a protest is underway at this hour. Sabrina.
Hey, Brad Murray. Yeah, this is the second demonstration of today just here behind me at Federal Plaza. Both the families of Adam Toledo and Anthony Alvarez, they plan to protest State's Attorney Kim Foxx's decision not to press charges against either officer in either case.
We are tired of Kim Foxx. She does not.
Who is we? I want y'all to look at the backdrop. Let's continue.
Not have the willingness to even go to trial. We don't mind losing, but put up the good fight for us.
Let me go back. Let me do it one more time.
Just here behind me at Federal Plaza, both the families of Adam Toledo and Anthony Alvarez, they plan to protest State's Attorney Kim Foxx's decision not to press charges against either officer in either case.
We are tired of Kim Foxx. She does not have the willingness to even go to trial. We don't mind losing, but put up the good fight for us.
Strong reaction, definitely. This was earlier outside the state's attorney's office. Now, Fox announced that there was not enough evidence to charge either officer connected to Alvarez or Toledo's deaths. It's almost a year since Toledo, who was 13 at the time, was running with what seemed to be a gun in his hand when he was shot. In the video Copa released, you can see him drop that gun by a fence. 2 days later, Alvarez, who was 22, was walking through a gas station parking lot also with a weapon, but wasn't committing a crime when he was shot and later passed.
It is important to highlight that the officers themselves created the conditions which the use of deadly force became necessary.
A new foot pursuit policy was passed last May. Still, that is not enough for these families. They've also been pursuing Alvarez. They plan to protest State's Attorney Kim Foxx's decision not to press charges against either officer in either case.
We are tired of Kim Foxx. She does not have the willingness to even go to trial. We don't mind losing, but put up the good fight for us.
Well, okay. Give us a call. 872-259-7474. Code, not code. Dr. Eric Russell, give us a call. Eric, I'm going to guess. Somebody call Todd. Tell Todd to call Eric Russell. Tell us to ask Eric Russell to tell us, help us understand what we got to do with that. And I guess my thing is, I don't have a problem with if that's your choice. But I don't know that we should be sharing. I don't know that he should necessarily get the same deference at a black event then. Right? Like, and I'm going to tell you that it's not cool to, I almost feel like they found him to create the fake black and brown and to further the narrative, to further the theft of the George Floyd narrative by other people. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Like, how do we get on code? Like, how, and I guess, and I don't mean that any type of, like, disrespectful way, but I feel like we know that there's going to be certain people that the cameras are going to gravitate to. Or there are people who know how to utilize the camera. And my question becomes, how do we manage that? Like, or should he? I mean, was he off? Was he off code?
I mean, I think in the absence of us having a defined code, people are on their own codes.
Kim Foxx, she does not have the tired of Kim. We are tired of Kim Foxx. We are tired of Kim Foxx. We are tired of Kim Foxx. She does not have the willingness to even go to trial. We are tired of Kim Foxx. She does not have the willingness to even go to trial.
That clip, I guess my question becomes, code or not? First of all, are there certain things that you understand? Like, if you show up to a press conference for the murder of a Latino person and all the black, and we in the middle of a war, like right now, the same people will be voting to put our people out of power. Remember, so this Adam Toledo little homicide was part of the, remember last night when we were showing the videos of the gang members from Little Village and Pilsen that was running black? Remember, do I got to go play all that again for y'all? What does it take for us? And I guess my thing is, Ruthie, this is where I always get messed up. I feel like there are certain things you just supposed to know. If that makes sense. Like,
But if his whole, and I'm using this word loosely, I'm going to say passion. I ain't going to say shtick. If his passion is police reform, this man always be doing police reform. It don't matter if you black, brown, yellow, whatever. If it's police reform, you probably going to see him somewhere at a march talking or doing something.
And I'm with you on that. I know Eric Russell, that's his thing. He's like, I don't do nothing but police reform. You ain't got to worry about me showing up.
You know what I'm saying? He got a whole org tied to it. So his bag is directly related to this. His passion, I shouldn't say his bag. His passion is directly related to this.
So, and I got you in the fact that his passion is directly related to this, Ruthie. And there's a part of me that understands that, right? Like, it really is. But then there's the part of me that remembers this. And I say, how do you get to stand here? I'm going to play this audio real quick. Riis, you ready?
So look, I don't blame those restaurant owners and the shop owners there for not wanting to be looted. And there was actually very little looting in Little Village compared to the rest of the city. Well,
We're going to go back. Let's start here.
Rodriguez, the alderman from the 22nd Ward that includes Little Village. Mike, there's been complaints that Mexican-American gang members and others
Little homicide.
targeted not just black gangs that were coming in to loot, but innocent African-American victims. Tell us what happened.
Well, first of all, I got to give you some context. So this issue really matters to me. My wife and I are lifelong residents of the Little Village community.
We've been trying to get these Negroes out of here since we got here.
Several blocks from where we grew up, right? And I've spent the last 2 decades of my life largely working on violence prevention issues, creating peace in my community, in my ward.
I think
and
you might
my
be.
ward represents North Lawndale, Garfield Ridge, and a lot of Little Village. That's what I represent. So these are communities that are working class. These are communities that have some vibrant business districts. And these are communities that I've called home for decades.
And so I love the restaurants.
Oh, you should love the restaurants. We have the best restaurants in the Midwest United States. That's right. And we have some great options. So next time I see you, it's going to be at a restaurant on 26th Street. And
I'm going to write that down now.
So let me continue, because y'all be forgetting.
So look, I don't
talking
blame
about that was
those restaurant owners and the shop owners there for not wanting to be looted. And there was actually very little looting in Little Village compared to the rest of the city.
Well, a little bit more. So over the last decades, I've also been working on these violence prevention programs like Ceasefire, youth mentorship programs that I think really, really work. And that's my life's work. And that's what we've been concentrated on here, particularly with the violence that's been occurring in our community the last couple of days. It's a fact. We have had some enormous, amazing engagement from a variety of people in our community.
Little
that have
homicide.
kept our neighborhood safe from looting. But at that same time, we've had some really, really race-based issues that are unacceptable, that I will not stand for, that no one in our community will stand for. And by the way, Mike,
they participate.
That's changing already. We've seen our outreach workers go out there, and they have changed the situation in the last 48 hours. The fact is
So maybe for viewers who aren't familiar with what happened, you saw with your own eyes what many others saw, which was that innocent African-American women with children in some cases were attacked by some of the young Mexican-American men in your neighborhood, and there were some injuries that you saw.
Listen, I did not see any children involved, but I definitely saw individuals who were not anywhere near any type of looting being targeted. And that was unacceptable. Our outreach workers are out there working with those who have committed those heinous acts.
Little homicide.
To be quite forward, I haven't seen that in the last 24 to 48 hours because our community is coming together. and we're responding. Those same individuals who are doing those acts are the same individuals who wrote Black Lives Matter on some of the boarded up businesses in our neighborhood. I want you to go down 26th Street and you will see Black Lives Matter written on many of the businesses in our community. I think we are about unity in our community. Things are getting better. We cannot ever allow what happened before to happen ever again, and I will not stand by it, and our community won't stand by it.
That's them, right? He stood by Lil Homicide all the way to the end. And then after seeing y'all get assaulted, he was all good. Now, I then need to go back to you, and this is where I get confused, Ruthie. Right?
We don't mind losing, but put up the good fight for us.
Ruthie, I don't.
Kim Fox. We are tired of Kim Fox. She does not have the willingness to even go to trial. We don't mind losing, but put up the good fight for us.
Who is us?
Strong reaction.
So my question becomes,
the state's attorneys.
So my question becomes, who is us? And this is code. This is a code question. Did you hear the Latino alderman after black people were under assault in his community? He never got off. Did they have a conversation about that? Or did he know that I'm not finna get on TV and blast my own people? I'm not finna get on national TV and stand in a backdrop and let them use me as the poster child to attack my people. No. Do we have to explain that?
Yes, code has to be taught. Code has to be trained into people. Code has to be reinforced. There has to be consequences for not being on code. There has to be benefits to being on code. It's every man for themselves. And until we get on code and we have those understandings, we know Kim Fox is being attacked from so many different places. Can we get on code about Kim Fox? Like, and in spite of what you might feel about the police and X, Y, and Z, can we be on code with Kim Fox? How do you learn that? Like, where do you go to be on code?
We are tired of Kim Fox. She does not have the willingness to even go to trial. We don't mind losing.
Who is the go-ahead brother?
Against either officer in either case.
Where's this talk?
We are tired of Kim Fox. She does not have the willingness to even go to trial. We don't mind losing, but put up the good fight for us.
I don't know. I don't even know how you is it the emotions? I'm gonna tell you honestly, when the cameras come, it becomes emotional. But I guess for all the things you could say, all the things, bro, if you decide to be out there, you gonna be the person that they gonna use to speak, and who is we, and it is, and you gonna be the poster child that's gonna be on all the videos. And then when it's time to go, when they do the rally video to get rid of Kim Fox because they want to put another person in that's going to lock you up. Ruthie, every time I see somebody getting assaulted, a black inmate getting assaulted, it seems to be a Latino officer. When I see black folks getting jacked up outside, it seems to be a Latino officer. What's the matter? Okay.
But honestly, though, when I think about being on code, though, everybody ain't on code, and we got so many different codes. And if you on code, then you living by a certain set of principles, particularly shared amongst a group of whatever. And I don't know if we got that. Now you can develop a code with your people, but thinking that every black person is gonna be on code.
But then my thing is, if everybody's not gonna be on code, if you get off and it causes larger harm,
should be what's the consequences? Ain't no consequences.
He gonna be at the front of the next Black Matter rally, and everybody gonna be like, it's all good.
But if that's your thing, If that's what you do, how can we expect him not to do the thing that he do?
The thing you do is Kim Fox? The thing, brother, you could be against police reform, but here's the thing. You don't come up and despair. You don't use you do not make yourself the backdrop with all them Latinos behind you to be the Negro that's going to take on Kim Fox.
But they mad at Kim Fox?
Who is they? And who is we?
You heard him say they.
And who is they?
Exactly. Whoever they want it to be.
Take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to take a call. How do we get on code, man? It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages. You know what I'm going to do, Riis? How about this? As we go to break, I'm going to go ahead and let you I'm going to play the whole clip on the way to the break. So bring it back, and then we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to let y'all go out to hearing what it sounds like to not be, well, maybe. I want y'all to tell me if it's cold or not. Ready? So I'm going to play it one more time. You ready? Here it go. What's up, Riis? I didn't change nothing. Oh, Lord. Here you go. Now, we've been working all this time, and now you done blew it. All this time. I done got it right. There you go. Messing it up. All right, man, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Whatever you're doing, I can hear it clicking in my headphones. But we'll be back, and we'll take your calls. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
I love being black. Do you love being black? Yeah, I love being black. Hey. I do this for my people all across the globe. Hey, it's break. The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so it's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tunes. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendo's. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react, I put my fist up in the skies like the beacons for believers that one day we return to our greatest city. We seek it all the glory we can obtain and keep reaching. I'm painting this picture, I hope you see it. Just what the theme is. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey. Well, how about you to sing these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can groove to. Feeling good about yourself. Melanated mood muse. Always service humble pie. We don't care about who's who. Light brown or dark skin. This right here's for you too. We are the gods of the earth. Living proof truth. Say it loud if you black and proud. I salute you and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey. Super melanation, renovation of our databases. Gotta fix the trinity to make it past the matrix. There's a rabbit in the hole. No decision, you gon' chase it or just shut up for complacency. Here's your motivation. Black power in your veins. Up to us to build a nation. European mental detox completely we erase it. Cause you can't keep fighting over old information. Probably bring it right back if you love being black. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Man, I'm trying to figure out how do we get on code, right? And I know I just try to figure out some of the things we don't need to run to the front of. Like some days you just got to say, I mean, I know this is my thing, but I got to be with the people. Now y'all know daggone well that Lil Homicide and them wasn't with us. You heard the alderman say, man. You heard him. Yeah, those are people from our community. Talked about the gang members and all type of stuff. When it was time to cook them, they didn't cook them. They were our hardworking communities. Right? Remember when what's her name? Medina? Look at the headline from Medina. He went to jab me. Proviso board member recounts explosive confrontation caught on video. She filed charges against the brother after she got in his face. Show me your papers. Nigga, you work for me. And I know we got a thing about us that because we've been treated so unfairly, we work hard to try and prove that we wouldn't be unfair if it was somebody else. Right? We treat people the way we want to be treated, hoping that instead of treating them how they treat you so that they got to raise their standard, you keep hoping. Got to be honest with you. If you see a 5-foot woman walking up on a 6'2" dude, she wants some smoke. She wants you to do something. Because she knows she can't win. That's your name, Ruthie. I could fight anybody. You're like, Never mind. You'll smoke them, though. You be like, back up, homie. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Was that on code or not? Maybe I'm just blowing it out of proportion. What's up? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Are we together, Maze?
Hey, Uncle Rosie. Where you been, man? We been missing you, man. You must have been busy.
Look here. You know what? Before I start, I want you to allow me to read this to your audience. It's about the code and about the TP. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. Code. How to create a code. It must begin with a defined and agreed upon concept. To all under the view and sound of the Maze Jackson Show should come out and join the think tank to establish a foundational black code that could withstand the passing of time. So if you are part of the woke generation and is desirous of writing on the pages of time, I request you join Maze and Company this and every Saturday thereafter. Maze, we need it so much. And to Ruthie, yes, amen, and to the whole program. So everyone out there, there's a change going on the planet. Now we can participate, or we can let everyone else take the changes and we, follow suit. But don't be deceived. On those folk, people of color, on their identification, they're classified as white. That's an honorary gift given to them. And if they don't act in code, they won't be. So look here, people out there, come. And though we might start as a little small group at the TP, we will spread across and teach those foundational things that every other black race, every other race on the planet apply and live by because it's beneficial. Thank you so much for taking me. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And I want everyone out there, if you like Uncle Rosa, you like Mace, come on, be a part of history. Thank you, Mace. Bye. Love you.
Thank you, Uncle Rosie, and we love you too, man. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. If you pay attention, I'm playing the video because I need for y'all to understand the difference. They understand code. Look at the imagery. Look at the vision. You don't see them. And who's the one black kid? Who parents didn't know where their kids was at? Whose kids was standing there? Who parents sent their kids to go stand in the press conference against the black man? Again, what's she doing? She wanted provocation. You ever been in a space where somebody wants to provoke you to get you to be your worst person?
I've been that person.
Wait.
I'm just being honest.
What you mean?
To provoke somebody. You know. Back in my younger days.
Provoke them to do what, Ruthie?
Whatever. Lose they cool. It's like you said, it's a tactic and a strategy. And it's a play. And sometimes it's an easy play.
Especially for black men.
And that's why part of being on code is, that's why I said, like, okay, you actually got to, like, plan and be trained to be on code. So being on code means, okay, like, I'm not going to let them come in the house and lynch my brother. So what does that look like? So no matter what, you're not coming in, taking my brother out and stringing him up on the tree. And but how do we all get there? And I think really some of it it's intrinsic. Like, some of it has to be based on, like, your own ideas and, like, your own, like, internal code. And I'll give you a really good example. When you first started doing this show and you called me, you said, I need you to do da-da-da-da-da. This is what they did to me. So me being on code is saying, y'all not about to take my brother out like this. In spite of whatever, I'm going to stay on this code. That's why I think it's levels to being on code. And some of it is really, it comes from the inside. It comes from your mental. Me being on code, like, means that if I'm in a room with my brothers and a man come up in my face, I can expect my brothers to defend me. And vice versa. If I'm in a room with my brothers and a woman come up in your face, then I know that it's on me to help to protect you in that way. Because I don't want you catching the case, because I'm already understanding the play. But I have to understand the play beforehand. Because in the heat of the moment, it might be too late. So we really got to be trained to be on code. You got to feel confident and comfortable with your people. And you got to trust. And we lack so many of those things. Because being on code is about trust. In my opinion. My humble opinion.
That's a good point. Let's go to the live line. Call it 872-259-7474. What do you do to get on code? I was just looking at this brother, and I feel like the real issue here was that sister should have descended on this spot, right? Like in real talk, because even the black male security that's in the building wind up, like, I bet that she could have put a case on all the security guards too. That's the moment when the sister's supposed to be like, hold up. I keep playing it. But again, there's also that moment where, does the brother fit the black code, or is it the women code? There's a lot of stuff going on in that space. And she played the women card. And I think that it's sometimes the women card can trump the black man card. And they get into solidarity, not recognizing that the woman, and she ain't gonna never be with you when it's over. Remember when Juan Thomas came and said, we got to be good Democrats, and all the white women got together, and the only people that didn't get reelected was the black ones, and they was all Democrats on the same ticket? It's the Mace Jackson Show. What's up, caller? How do we get on code? Caller, hello?
Robert?
Yes. Hello?
What's up, Robert? How you feeling,
Hey,
man?
what's going on? Hey, I'm doing all right. Hey, I just wanted to call in right fast. I think your co-host Ruthie brought up a good point. Being on code is about trust, and we've been trained or coached or conditioned not to trust each other. So it's no way a lot of us can be on code, like she was saying, unless you're already mentally there. But as in for that brother, that's an example of a trained Negro. I mean, I got problems with elected officials, black elected officials. I don't even like voting for them because I think they sell us out. But I'm not going to get in no room full of hunkies or some Migos and, discredit them or criticize them. Like, bro, we wear this jersey, you know what I'm saying? And you got to wear the jersey. You got to vouch for your team. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so getting in the room full of Migo hunkies, that's just, and criticizing Kim Fox, I mean, why do that? That just serves no purpose to me. And that, like I said, that's just an example of a trained Negro. That's all I got. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that call, Robert. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Tennille says if the superintendent was disrespectful, why should anybody stand up to him? Stand up for him. That goes back to who said he was disrespectful, right? And what is disrespectful, right? Because I feel like a lot of times if you don't do what I want you to do, it's disrespectful. Right? If you stand up, if you are firm in your thought process, and T, I think you of all people should know, if you be like, I ain't got to be all huggy-dory, kiss you and make you feel all good, get my job done, sometimes people take that as disrespect. Because you didn't make me feel comfortable. You work for me. Like, the moment when she said, you work for me, like, come on now. Like, I mean, I understand that figuratively, but that's like, you my slave. I say what I tell you what to do. And it's a moment when you be like, but you don't tell me nothing. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? How do we get on code? And was my man on code?
What is the code? Is the code, and I'm being serious, is the code to, if you see somebody black and they, in an altercation, a situation with somebody of a different race, that you interject and step in, and defend, the black person? Or is the code just, right and wrong? And, if you see your black sister, brother in the situation, like the young lady was saying that where they need protection, you know what I mean? Does code still apply if you're dealing with other black people? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do.
I'm just trying to find out, like, what is the code? Like, because, people was, like with Jussie, for instance, is the code to be like, he black, it's a victory for him to get out of jail? Or is it okay for him to desecrate all the graves of lynched black people, specifically Emmett Till, and him being in a home of Ida B. Wells, who wrote about black lynching? Was it okay for him to, like, do that? You know what I mean? And we only look at, his black side of his race. He's also white. So it's like, what is the code? I'm just trying to find out. I'm serious. I just want to know what it is. Because I love my people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the eyeball. So can you just explain to me, what the code is?
Hey, sis, can I tell you what? That is probably the best thing. And I guess I don't know what the code is either. Like, okay, so here go the lick. Like, back in the day, Ruthie, the code was in the lick, right? And it was like, you do this is what's gonna happen. You don't do this is what's gonna happen. Here's the rules. I let me say, in the case of Juicy, I don't think that anybody needs anybody black. The way to deal with that code is nobody black goes on TV and says that Negro should still be locked up. That like, you don't go make the commercial for the other people. How about let's start there? Then, remember I told you about Juicy, I said we need to have a switch. Like, we need to have a black people switch where we could have went out, took him out back, whooped his tail, and said, shut up and be quiet. I think in the case of the proviso situation, I feel like if there was tension, I think there's a moment when the black people say, time out, time out, time out. Like, let's stay focused on school. If you gonna get in his face and y'all done, let's take a time out, let's take this and let's make everybody go to the corner. And then the sisters and the brothers go, look, dog, now you know she trying to provoke you. Cool out. I'll make the parliamentary motion. Right? It's a moment when you see that the attack is not based on your position. The attack is based on your blackness. Or if you look around and you see ain't nobody there and you the only black person there and they like, you talk. You got to say,
On code is nodding to the black person in the room when you come in.
Man.
That's a start. That's one example.
That's such a good point.
Just one example.
But that's like the white people, the Latino code was when you come in the room, like knowing that no matter what, we got one thing in common. If this deck go up, me and you hitting that corner right there back to back. And if you in the room, like, if this deck go up, I'm going to help them tie you up, you off code.
Do you feel like black men have decent code with each other? I feel like black women do.
I feel like black men have decent code with each other when they are forced to. Like, I think if you put us in a room full of all white people, the black men going to get on code. Now, if you put... And we can't get out the room, we gonna be on code. But there's gonna be somebody in the room that's gonna make friends with the white people and go sit at the lunch table even if they gotta sit in the back. Go to the live line. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show. What needs to be on the code? How about that? What are some of the things that need to be on the code? What's up? Who there? Oh, this sounds Deacon. Again, I was about to say, this Deacon. Yeah. What's up, Deacon?
Yeah. Hey, listen, nothing about the prepping thing. Listen, so far as being on code, I'm gonna have you guys look up something, and I want you to replace the word white and Aryan with black. Look up the term 14 words, okay? Now, although I may not agree with the actual original authors of that piece, but we need to have the same mindset about ourselves and our people. Now, that alone would be enough to make us realize we got to get up on code. We got to be in a position where it does not matter what another one of us does. We will not air our laundry to the public or to any other group of people on this planet. We will go behind closed doors in our own home and fight it out amongst ourselves, not amongst everybody else, because that is where they get their power from, because they realize we're not on code, we're not united, we ain't together, so we can be defeated. That guy, yeah, I'm holding back saying some things, Nate, but that's the kind of thing that pisses me off about our people. You willing to denigrate your sister over some... Nate, we need to do better, man. I gotta go.
Thank you, Deacon. I appreciate you. I'm gonna read the 14 words to you. The most widely variation is, we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for black children. Is that bad? I don't think that's bad for anybody. Latino children, ain't procreation. Go to the live line. I might get in trouble. Let's go to the live line. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Caller, what's up with
Good morning, Mace.
Good morning. Who the hell?
This is what I want to say. First off, Ruthie, you said it correctly, which is Eric Ruff was about the bag, and that's what he's talking about. And Mace, you even said it correctly when you said we don't allow him to talk anymore in front of black people. That is the truth of how that needs to start going. We have to start calling out people who don't stand with us and for us first. Period. That's what that should look like. And unfortunately, today's world, that's not Eric Russell, and it's not some others. And when they do something, they'll get called out as well. That's what we have to start doing. Calling out the people that no longer stand with us. It is black first.
Oh, I heard Tracy say, I know this, Tracy.
You heard it.
I heard it here.
You know that's Tracy.
I know it's Tracy and Tracy. So first of all, let me say thank you for calling in. Tell my brother I said what's up. We got to get together. And then secondly, Tracy, after that, I got to get some of that damn chicken salad. I know we talking super serious on the thing, but that chicken salad with them crackers, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been like, that's why I be coming over to ECCSC when y'all got some real talk. I mean, I like you and Tyrone, but that chicken salad is a beast. Tracy, thank you.
I'm gonna make sure you get some of that.
Please do.
But you gave Eric the opportunity. You gave Eric the opportunity to call in. He didn't. And he didn't just because of that. And so now we got to call you out, Eric.
And thank you, Tracy. And I wonder about that part of the code.
That's being on code.
But so is that code? But is it Eric, come see us, let's talk, or is it Eric everywhere
you
you
gave
go?
Eric an opportunity to call in. Eric didn't call in. Why not?
Maybe
because
he didn't
Eric is not going to be able to explain why he would do that.
Maybe he won't listen to the Maze Jackson show. He could be listening to the other morning show with the other two people.
He could be, but I doubt it. He's listening. Good morning, Eric.
Thank you. That's my sister Tracy May in the building doing her thing. Look, I wonder how that works. Well, how does it work when Tyrone and Tracy get into a conflict?
What?
Who you think win? Tracy?
Didn't we establish women are always right?
That's y'all problem. That's what
I know.
Around here with these shoes on.
Exactly.
Ty,
I know. I'm off
Ty,
code. I'm off code.
Ty, see, look, they off code. This how they get off code. We let them start wearing shoes. They get out the kitchen. Next thing they want to be now they want to talk on the mic.
Must be 9:00.
Let's go to the Maze Jackson show. Carly, are you on the Maze Jackson show? How do we get on code?
Good morning. This is Katie. How are you?
Katie, the president of the phone club. Hey, how you doing, Katie?
I'm doing terrific. Thank you. I listened to Neely Fuller and Neely Fuller Jr., and I think that folks need to listen to him because he talked about black people being on code, and he said, we got to replace the white supremacy with a system of justice. And he's taught me a lot, and it's justice. The bottom line is justice, and being on code as a black person means that you people that get off the track and not going for justice, we need to get them back on the track. So Neely Fuller taught me a lot, and I'm still learning from him. But justice is the bottom line.
That is my girl, Katie. That's Katie Lindsay, president of the phone club. Anybody else on that line, Riis? Call us. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Oh, is that Eric? Come on, Eric Russell. Look, Eric Russell.
Hello, good morning, man.
Good morning, Eric. Eric, was you on code, man, or was you off code? What was going on yesterday? What Adam Toledo got to do with us?
Absolutely.
What Adam Toledo got to do with us? And why do you get to be the backdrop with all those Latinos talking crazy about Kim Fox? What's up, Eric? Talk to us.
Hey, good morning, my dear brother.
Good morning.
Well, listen, I definitely 100% was on code, because what on code means to me, Maze Jackson, it means beyond us as black people treating each other with a certain amount of dignity and respect, but we have to evolve as a people where we can understand the greater good and how it benefits us. We understand that there may not be no true sort of black and brown coalition, so to speak. But the issue that I had with Kim Fox is that, first of all, my responsibility as the executive director of the Tree of Life Justice League are the families whose loved ones have been brutalized, tortured, and murdered by police. And most of those are black people. See, we have to stop with this blind allegiance, like all black people got to be Democrats. All of us got to co-sign for gatekeeping Negroes and politicians that don't do a damn thing for us.
my issue is that sometimes, Mays, we have to be strategic about what we're doing. In the fight for civil rights, we had the Justice in George Floyd Act. But yet these crackers are steady killing us, and not a whole lot is being done, and they need to be playing basketball in Pelican Bay.
Who was the us in this one? Who was the us in this situation?
The us is people that are being kissed by the sun. My main concern is black people, but also I have to concern myself with brown people because they are getting murdered as well, but just not at the clip that we're getting murdered. Sometimes you have to punch a bully in the mouth, Mays, and you may not win the fight, but you may give the bully pause for the next time. Because see, if I have any detractors, Mays, at the end of the day, since my career as a financial executive, I have generated over $400 million in class action lawsuits, primarily with the spearheading Bank of America, IndyMac, and Countrywide for redlining institutional.
Who was the lawyer? Who was the lawyer?
Well, we had a team. We had a team of lawyers.
Who led the team?
It was primarily it was spearheaded by Martinez out of the Justice Department, and that settled for $385 million. And since I've been doing what I've been doing as a police accountability advocate, as you know, we have spearheaded another $30 million in civil lawsuits against police and municipalities,
Eric,
across the country.
Got you. So yes. whose code are you operating on right now? And I'm gonna say let's back up. Let's pretend that there isn't a code. But when you see Adam Toledo, and how many black folks was out there besides you and the rabbi?
I don't know. It was a handful, but for me, Jay, Mays, it's not about how many people, because as far as I'm concerned, when I stand up for right, Mays, I have a grandstand cheering for me in the sky. For me, it's not about Facebook likes or how popular things are. The things is that to hold the criminal justice system accountable. So when my people are up to bat, we have a standard that we're dealing with. My only thing, Kim Fox is my sister, and I support her for the most part. The only problem that I have, if I have a problem with Kim Fox, is that she doesn't have a willingness to take some of these cases to trial.
You talk to her?
Sometimes.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah.
You talk to her, and so you talk to her. So
I talk to her off the record. And I don't mind sharing this. And her position was, like, Eric, my responsibility are to move cases forward that I think I can win. That's primarily what I got out of her.
So what do you thought? Did you think that Adam Toledo, like, let me ask a question. So you thought that the shooting of Adam Toledo was unjustified? He was running down the hall with a gun.
No, I thought it was some gray area. The case that I thought was more excessive was the Alvarez case. Because the Alvarez case, we have a lot of black kids that are just running for their very lives only to be shot in the back. The Toledo case, that was in the gray area for me, just sharing my personal opinion, but more so the Alvarez case. But sometimes these cases still just need to be taken to trial.
Eric, let me ask you a question.
And we don't mind losing, Mays, but at least show us you're fighting for us.
I would argue that she is and has. But let me just say this, Eric, and I guess my question to you is, do you think that in the state of affairs that we are right now, I understand your criminal justice component, but I also recognize that right now we are in a state of affairs where we are under full assault by the Latino community. In every stat, from political to from real estate to everything, they're encroaching upon our communities. And my question is, as you all decide to make these moves, do you all ever have conversations about the larger picture of how this all works together? Because it seems like you'll be standing in line. Hold on, let me finish. It seems to me like you'll be standing.
I understand your question clearly,
but let me finish it so that the audience does. It seems as though you'll be at some point be standing next to the people who are seeking to take our political power and our space in Chicago. Does that factor into the decisions that you make when you're making these fights or standing in front of a camera?
It does to some degree because primarily I try to stay in my lane as police accountability advocate, and my first allegiance is to families. But to answer your question is that we had a very strong because we refused to let the Latinos, they wanted to sort of co-opt Laquan McDonald and make him their Laquan McDonald in order to further their agenda as it relates to trying to get an outcome for the case. I had a conversation with Jesse White, who happens to be my fraternity brother. And I was like, why would you endorse the Hispanic lady over some black people? And we're going to end up becoming second-class citizens at some point. And we talked about gerrymandering, and all of the issues that you talk about are indeed very important. But sometimes, Maze, we have to evolve and we have to learn, because the thing about it, our people, is that we're not outnumbered, like our brother said, is that we're just out-organized. And all of the people that talk about being on black code, those are some of the same people that will hamper our ability to unify. You know, a lot of people talk a good talk, but in this case, to answer your question, sometimes, May, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And just to, to keep it 100, you got to get close to these people and keep an eye on them to see, exactly what they're doing. I'm never going to choose brown over black. But the evolution of our struggle.
Are you willing to choose? Are you willing to choose black over brown?
Yes, absolutely.
I think part
and I do it every day.
Sorry, let me just interrupt. So part of what we saw with it was the sound bite. Like, we know the media can spin something. They will take a sound bite and a brother in a suit and use it. And it seemed like that's how they used you. And so part of us having this conversation about being on code is like, I Googled, I understand that you are police, that's your lane. And I get it. But a part of the larger play about being on code is that we have to understand how everything works together. Like, even if you got your own lane, just recognize that you part of a larger group. And I think we just don't have that connectivity for you to even feel a part of being on the code that we got. Because you said, I am on code.
Well, we're always going to have that disconnect because even dating back to the Willie Lynch syndrome, where it just affects even generations past generations.
That's the whole point of breaking generational curses, man. And it's like we sitting here saying, because, hey, let me just say this, Eric. None of the people that you are talking to, that you are aligned with, and you say my enemy's enemy is my friend, I think you need to apply that. Right? Them same people that you sitting with right now that had you stand in front and used you as the sound bite to take and use you in the future.
Didn't nobody have me. I elected to step up because I elected to step up.
Okay.
I didn't, get a call per se from anybody from Little Village or anything like that. Is that what my
So nobody asked you to jump up in front and take a swat at the black lady? You just did it. This is a perfect opportunity.
Because it wasn't a perfect opportunity. It was strategic because where we're at right now is that our fight as it relates to civil rights and police accountability, it has evolved to we have to start looking at these district attorneys and these state's attorneys as it relates to their ability to indict these officers and pass out punishment. So I am of the opinion that the next evolution of our fight, if we're ever going to have some of these racist killer cops actually doing some meaningful time, we have to start putting pressure on district attorneys and state's attorneys in order to get some accountability. So strategically, it was more than just about Kim Fox. I was more so just serving notice.
All right, Eric.
If that makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense, fam, but I'm just gonna tell you. And this is respectfully, Eric. I respect you as a person, and I won't denigrate you. I do feel a certain way, and I did feel a certain way when I turned on 2, 5, 7, and 9. And the clip, they had the little Latino dude who can't really speak.
Yeah.
Probably got an ice issue. But it pained.
That's probably why they showed such money because he can't talk.
But it pained me. It pained me to see.
And it should, Maze, because you know me, Maze. That's why I have no problem coming on your show
why it pains
and clarifying myself.
I don't hide behind the
shit I say, Maze.
I don't think you hiding. I don't think you hiding, bro. And I'm just saying. And so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say we have a significant disagreement on how you played this one, right? I'm so. Eric,
but the media spins it, Maze. Come on, that's the other part. We don't control the media. They pick the sound bites, Maze.
Eric, but we know what to put in it, and we know what they're gonna play. And if we know that the play is to slam the sister, then the clip that they gonna play, just like the Juicy thing, was about slamming the sister, and I felt the way about Juicy too. And I'm just saying, Eric, you got to be careful that they don't leverage you to use you to do their dirty work, and you can justify it in your mind.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling you.
And one thing about being on code, no.
Go ahead.
And I received that, Maze, because the number one thing about being on code is being able to take pull-ups from your brother and your people who love you. See, that's the key to unity. When you say something like that to me, Maze, I can receive that because when you say what's in it for the black folks, I know you mean that. And so Maze, let's charge this one to my head, not my heart.
All right,
and we're gonna keep it moving.
And you know what, Eric? And that's on code.
Come on.
That's on code. That's what I'm talking about, Eric. Thank you for calling and thank you for not running from the situation. Hey man, that's on code. But next time them Latinos call you up, before you do, you just make sure you ask them where y'all at on this remap. Where you at? You trying to get rid of our power? Or you trying to help us build some collective power? Before you jump down and they ask you, or you decide to jump in, you make sure you check I'm not telling you to check yourself, but you make sure you ask yourself, are they going to be able to use this against my community in a year from now? Because I certainly would. Eric, thank you for calling. That was Eric Russell. Shout out to Tracy Bay. Look, we got a couple more callers. I'm going to take the calls. Ruthie, I got to go. But we got to hit this code.
He got it fired up. He done got about 4 more calls.
This the code.
How you doing?
All right, what's up, caller? It's the Mace Jackson Show. How we get some code around here, man?
Hey, man. The greater good of who was he talking about? That wasn't for the greater good of us. And was he out there in front of Nita Alvarez's face, giving her the business? He was talking about both sides of his neck. He was buttering both sides of his toes. He was going every which way with that conversation.
Can I
so I don't believe. I think he just believed himself.
I think he had a revelation during the call. That's what I think. I think during the call he had a revelation, which is like, wait a minute, there is concern about a code. Let's be clear, we don't have a code really that exists, but the fact that it could be possibly forming, you can see the desire not to be on the outside of the code if it happened, right? That's why we went from, man, I'm gonna do what I do and these people, to eventually in that call, like, charge it to my heart, not my head, right? You got to start thinking like, fam, you thinking self. And so if that was a revelation, that's cool. But also at the next at the next get together, the next black get down, fam, you got to take a sit. You got to take a seat on this one. You could be here, you could be at the joint, but you got to take a seat on this one, because the last time everybody saw you was telling us that we had to practice saving Adam Toledo when we got all these black people dead. So I think there was
he got to do like they told us.
Go ahead. Tell us.
No, I just don't think I have to do like they told us in grammar school. Dude, put your thinking cap on before you start jumping up.
I'm telling you. So can I tell you something honestly, y'all? As a media whore, and I am a media whore, right? When the press call, they be like, you want to be on camera? I'll be like, what time and where? But I have had to be, what I know is that when I get on the camera, you know I'm going to tell you what it is. The unmitigated gall to say whatever it needs to be said. Not for the cameras, but for ideally, hopefully for our people, or at least not in contradiction to our people. And so I think what people have been able to just run to the camera, say whatever, and it's like the press gonna go to him Cause why? Cause they rather have the screw Kim Fox clip. So Femo, I know when I go on media that they're gonna try and use what I say against black folks. So I have to be judicious in what I say and what I say about who. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Go ahead, caller. Caller, it's the Mace Jackson Show.
Hi, Mace. Hi, Ruthie. Hi, Ruth. This is Felicia.
Hey, Felicia.
And I am calling because I am over here about the floor gasket. But so I've been told that I talk too much, and that in the same week, I was told, I came across the scripture that said you need to be slow to speak and quick to listen. So that confirmed or that reaffirmed that perhaps sometime I do talk too much. So that's what I'm saying to Eric, that you have to be slow to speak and quick to listen. Beulah posted in the chat, she says, as a family, we can disagree internally, but no one outside the family should be able to divide us publicly. And this is what's occurring. And for the fire that State's Attorney Fox has come under, for the many things that she's fighting against to reform this system, you cannot allow yourself to get out there and say something of that nature. And perhaps you did have a divine revelation to see what the gravity of his statement. But I'm saying this, and I say it again, I am learning to be slow to speak and quick to listen. That's all I'm saying. Please, we must be on code, you guys. Get it together. You guys have a good day. I'm going to work. Bye-bye.
Hey, Felicia, I need you to get the other half of the maps. I need the rest of the maps. I know we took the black ones, but now I got to get them all because we got to win everything. Hey, y'all, that's Felicia. That's Felicia Simmons Stovall. She is my chief legal counsel doing her thing. All right, man, I'm just saying. Eric Russell was not on code yesterday, and I think my premise is not to call him out and put him on blast to white folks. This is home right now. But it's like, I think you got to be thinking, what am I saying? And they are going to use you as the spokesman of black people. And because you are so visible and because they will bring the cameras to you, literally, Ruthie, it be times when they bring the camera and I got to be like, hold on, this is a star, but I gotta deliver another message. I know I could be on repeat 50 times. Dang, you think when we do this and we put the Black Panther in the joint on Fox News, they be like, oh, that's what you gonna do? Right? It's like when the cameras come, Ruthie, I'm gonna tell you, and they invite you and the press knows you and the cameraman be like, ooh, there go Maze, get him. It is addictive. It is addictive to be in the camera, and it's addictive to see yourself on TV. I know it, so it's why I try to make sure that every time I say something that I'm reaffirming the stuff that I say. And quite frankly, that's when you get the uh-ohs. The uh-oh, because they know. And it's funny because I was taking it as a diss, and I still think it was a low-key diss, but it also was the power of consistency of the message, that no matter how you want to look at me, you know black people first and what's in it for the black people. Let's go to the live line. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show on the extended version. What's up?
So you're not on code if you don't vote for Kim Fox or agree with what Kim Fox has to say.
Nope. Stop right now, because that's not what
I think that we need more eligible candidates so that it won't be considered off code when you don't, feel like a person is doing a good job, right? Like if we had a choice of 5 or 6 Kim Foxes that, were readily available to run in that seat and, be state's attorney and do all of these wonderful things as far as, reform in the incarceration system of black people. I think we would make, better choices. I'm just really, like we need a code in these streets with these people shooting. We got these young people out here shooting. When I see, young boys out here and they shooting and going through it, before I call the police, I talk to them. I talk to their mom. What's going on? I heard an incident, like a shorty in the hood. She said, well, they robbed them in the alley. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can we prevent, him from pulling out another gun and this going back and forth, spilling through this, community. You know what I mean? We need code of ethics as well before we start to put in place everything black is, right, or you off code because white people have done this to us. We need moral ethics. We need to get back to basics, man. Like, my grandfather wouldn't have these. My grandfather was 90 years old. When they came shooting down this block, he went to Chuck and got a brand new pistol. He like, next time come shooting, I'm a pop. I'm tired of talking to him. You know what I mean? We need a code. It got to be some kind of respect out here. You know what I mean? Not just when white people do something wrong, but when we do something wrong, we gotta, I'm not saying we shouldn't have a code, but we need to know what, it needs to be righteous, bro. It just can't be because you black, if you're not supporting, you whack. No, if you black and you rapping for me, you need to show me what's in it for the black people too, even more so than a white person, because you black like me, right? So you should already have that agenda ready, because we already thinking on code.
So, caller, I'm not. So I want to make sure we're clear that this ain't about Kim Fox. So I let me back up. So I think you're 100% right.
No. This is not about Kim Fox. I'm just trying to. Basically, I said all of that to say this. It's called specifically when, we're going to run this like the white folks when they say when you white, you right. So when you black, you always right. Or is this code going to be, we going to be righteous all the way around the board in these streets, in these politics, when you rapping black people in these politics, because I live in Dalton, baby, and I ain't finna keep going just because it's a black woman and I, was cool with that black woman, that you're gonna run amok and turn this from, turn this even into a worse situation. Because if you black like me, you feeling like me, and you in the community like me, you already know what needs to be done. And you got the power to do it because I made sure I voted for you to make sure you had that power. So what is the code? And if you in a power position, what is your place in the code where you can really change things? You see what I mean? I need Kim Fox to speak up for incarcerated mothers to go ape shit the same way she went ape shit about justice. That's what I need. You see what I'm saying? I ain't saying what she did was wrong. I ain't going to say that because she's entitled to her opinion. But there are more pertinent things. There's more people that's locked up for misdemeanor, low-level things, non-violent things that you need to be going. And Tony Pipewinkle in place, please, we running things. Why can't we get ahead?
So let me pause right there. Like, I think that there's the code. The code is not one thing. The code is a way of conduct that we operate with each other. And I'm with you on even these politicians, right? But that code means that we have to have our own code of how do we deal with them, right? And it ain't necessarily in the white world, right?
And check this out. If Kim Fox ain't on her, you know what I'm saying? And we got all this violence building our community. Only when I saw them gang shooting and she like, this is fair game, fair play. No, that's when two people fighting, sis. That ain't when you spilling bullets up and down the street where innocent shorties getting killed. How many babies? That when Black Lives Matter showing up in Inglewood. I'm saying, what is the code? Is the code only when the police kill us or when these babies getting shot, killed, laid down in these streets at 4, 5, 7 years old? I'm going to show you what the code is the next time they kill a shorty. I'm going to come out here and go ape shit crazy and demand justice because I'm sick of seeing kids get killed and not having a life, not being able to ride a bike and just go on about how they live it. If you want their daddy, you want their mama, whoever you gunning for, be a man and walk up on them and lay them down. Quit killing these babies. What's the code, G? What's the code? Tell me one more again, because I'm slow.
Sis, this is my point though. There isn't a code. That's the whole point. And I want to be clear.
Well, how are we making people adhere to something that ain't found it yet?
We trying to get one. So, hold on, sis. Hold on. We trying to get one. And I think the whole premise here is, and let me back up.
Well, check this out, man. If the GDs, the BDs, the malls got a code, what's taking so long for intellectual black people to get a code?
The GDs and the BDs and the moles don't got a code no more. That's why we seeing all these babies killed. That's why we seeing all
this. But they had one. And so since they don't have one no more, let's talk to the BDs and the GDs and the moles since they don't have one no more and see if our code can collab with their code so we can stop getting these kids killed.
And sis, that's what I'm saying. And fundamentally, that is essentially what I'm saying. Like we
need our sister Kim Fox to back us up to say you lay one of these babies down, we're gonna give you 80 years.
And can I say
stop laying these babies down?
But if we was on code, then our thing to me would be and we don't have a code. But then that's us. That's us going to Kim Fox. 1, arranging a meeting. 2, if we don't get the response from the meeting, then we go out and we say what we gotta say and we march. But we not finna be standing.
And not only that. But before we go to Kim Fox, that we take control of our own communities, that we stand out here with these students and make sure that they safe going home, that they ain't got to pull no guns out. And if necessary, y'all just insist on fighting, then goddamn it, get a ring and go one-on-one, because this shooting has got to stop.
But
you know, Maze, when we was coming up, they called it a one-on-one fight. You was dirty with a bottle one night.
Yeah, I agree.
We write some codes down and email them to me.
Then what I need you to do is be with us on Saturdays from 10 to 1, right? Come over to TP at 5401 South Wentworth. Because I don't think there is a code. But I do think that we got to figure out, like, we got to know what's right and what's wrong. And if we got a problem with Kim Fox, then we got a problem. But we ain't finna jump on the Latinos and then we kill Kim Fox and then they use us to kill us. Nah, I ain't going for that. But sis, I gotta tell you, I'm loving your comments and I'm feeling every bit, and I think every one of us is feeling every bit of what you say. And the code that we're talking about ain't one thing, but it's how we relate to each other. Period.
Yeah, but you know, when I went to school, right? You know, everybody talk about educated black people, but I'm like by person. You know what I mean? As far as that, but let me tell you, they had Nicomachean ethics, old Greek ethics that were written. We need ethics and codes. We really need this, but it needs to be written and applied. And it needs to apply for everybody.
Are you gonna be an author and we gonna have you? You gonna be the minister of you gonna be passing out the pumpkins. Look, I'm gonna let you go because I gotta get some more. But
I'm gonna be minister of children's defense around here because you know what I'm saying.
So are you
these children need to get out. It's a whole pandemic. They gotta get out here.
You coming to the meeting on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring all the concealed and carry moms that's about our kids playing in these streets and stuff.
Man, we with you. We got a whole concealed carry class going on too. We with you on that. Look, and we gotta get New Era in Chicago. That's why. But see, look, y'all. See how controversial this is? But at the same time, people want a code. Maybe we need to put it out. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I know Ruthie got to go. So, look, give me the next call. How many calls we got up there? Okay, we're going to take these calls, and then I'm going to let Ruthie go home. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you there?
Maze.
James say, you breaking the code. I'm good, man. You know, if you say Maze 4 times, then you're going to be breaking the code. So, you good right now. You good. What's up, brother?
Okay. How you doing, Queen Ruthie?
Good.
But okay, love. This is what I was talking about. We talked about this 3 weeks ago. Bro, we are infiltrated with a virus. Our community, like I said, we got the good people and we got the negative people, and we going against each other. Old boy hit us with a political bomb yesterday. It was like they came to the black neighborhood, planted him, and boom, it just exploded. And I was doing the same thing you was doing. I was throwing shoes at the TV when I seen old boy say that. I was like, wow, are you serious? And it's plain they cannot lump Laquan McDonald's situation into what they are doing, what those Latinos are doing. And if you are activists and out there in them streets, how you not know that black people were being attacked over in Little Village? If you about that life and you in them streets. But see, nobody wants to talk about when black people were being attacked in Little Village. I have yet to hear anybody say anything about that.
Yes, you did.
But the thing is, everybody seems like
Ness said something.
Oh yeah, I know. Right, but the thing is,
see, y'all off code.
Yeah, right, exactly. The political officials, ain't nobody saying that. You see Danny Davis standing up with the Ukrainians. I'm like, dude, really? You need to move around too. We infected, bro. Our community is so infected, bro. I don't think we can get a reboot. It's gonna take another 400 years for us to get a reboot. Because we so infected, bro. We odds against each other. Like you said, we can't even get a code going to respect the youth. But now what that young lady was saying about getting the GDs and the moles, but they are renegades too. They, like you said, they have no code. Everybody's running in their little small cell. So how you gonna get all them crews together? That's gonna be a hot mess. You might have a shootout to OK Corral right then and there. We are infected, bro. And I'm with you 100%, bro, because I'm out there in them south suburbs, too. I can speak for this, bro, because I lost a son to the streets. I lost a son. He wasn't about that life, but his life was taken. So I think I do have a right to say something about that. But the thing is, bro, it's going to be hard work, bro. We got a road ahead of us just to get a code. Just to get a code. This ain't the 50s and 60s when we knew who the enemy is. Everybody's our enemy. The black man has everybody. He's got the black woman. He's got the Latinos. He's got the whites. He's got the Russians, the Ukrainians, the Lithuanians. Black men already attacked all over. Then you got the black women with the white woman. Then they saying the black man is their enemy. Man, we are, Charlie, we in a hot one, man. This is going to take, oh, man, I don't know, man. Do we take a bomb and start all over again or what? That's the question.
Don't burn it down. Somebody be around here saying. Thanks, James. That was a good
point.
But
dude dropped a political bomb on us, bro. He did. That was nasty.
They're going to use that in the commercial.
Oh.
That's going to be a commercial.
Bro, they're going to run to China with that one.
They're going to
run to China with that one.
You're right.
Hey, real quick, Maze. Real quick, Maze. Hey, they need to find Anita Alvarez's arrest record and how many wrongful convictions she did and place it up against Kim Fox. And let's put the cards on the table.
Y'all Negroes forget. Stop it. Y'all know niggas got short memories. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Xavier. I apologize. I'm trying to work on that. I'm speaking positivity.
Because Anita Alvarez turned her back on my son's case, bro. Yep, she turned her back. This is what she said. We need a smoking gun. We got it. The police had this dude on lock. She said that's not good enough. And this was right after the Laquan McDonald case, not too long after that.
I'm going to give you, thank you, James. I'm going to appreciate you, man. Thank you for the call. I'm going to give you an example of staying on code. Yesterday was probably one of the best events. I'm going to tell on somebody. But they had a huge chef event down at Navy Pier yesterday where I was watching it on the news and I was like, God, I could eat everything there. And it's like, I know people who had invitations, black people who had invitations, and they didn't go. You know why they didn't go? Because it was for Ukraine. And they said, Dag, before I go down here and celebrate this, I got to know that they let the black people out. That's code. That's being on code. Okay, I got one more call. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Give us your thoughts. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Black people got a code. We need one.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can.
What's up, man? This is Kiana. How y'all doing?
This who?
This is Kiana Hughes. How you doing?
What up, Kiana? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm actually on my way to get a haircut, but I wanted to just call in about this code thing and just try to put it in terms that people can understand. So everybody done had a new job before. Everybody done joined. Most people have joined a new church before. When you do that, they sit you down. They take you through orientation, or you got to go through new member service, and that they teaching you the code of how you go conduct yourself, hey girl, how you gonna conduct yourself in their establishment. So they're like, this how we do this, and this. This is the mission, this is the vision, whatever. We talking about a code, but we got to understand, like, everybody operates under different codes in different situations. So we trying to talk about it like it's this one size fits all, everybody gonna know and understand the same thing type of thing, and it's not it. And that just shows just how layered it is. One of the things I'm learning, even in this cannabis stuff, and you know, man, it's like, it's been a few years, and I'm learning it's an inside game and it's an outside game. And they not the same game. You got to get together and figure out what's the message, what's the mission. And you say, we need, I'll cut it down a little bit. And you got to say, we need to understand everybody. Look, this is the mission. This is the mission. Here's the non-negotiables. When you're on the inside, how you communicate them non-negotiables is one way. But when you're on the outside, you can say and do different things as far as like, causing a ruckus and whatever. But you still got to know how to work the game on the inside. And the people on the inside can't expect the people on the outside to do it the same way and vice versa. But we got to agree on the message and the vision and the mission. What is we trying to do? So that's all I wanted to say.
That was very good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's that whole thing about, remember when I told you when I was in MLI, they were like, look, and you called it out as the code is when you're in the room and you nod, right? Like, remember when I said we got What's in It for the Black People bands and we got Wiftable bands. So if you got your Wiftable pen on, we know you at the job. You can't be Unga Black Power, but when it's time, you know what to do.
The wink and the nod.
Right. And I think Kiana's right.
No, she is spot on. To be on code requires training, requires orientation. It requires
Is there a black orient? So how do you become black oriented?
It really depends. Like, some of it has to be intrinsic. Like, what's your love for black people? How do you see black men in the larger context of American history? Do you understand how saying that a black man is violent can lead to his demise? Like, you got to understand all those things. And some of it you really got to be taught, because if you don't know, you don't know. And it's hard to fault people for stuff that they don't know. And I think being on code I feel like it's a natural thing for me as a black person to be on code. Like, it's unnatural for me to be off code. But that's because I'm black first.
I'm saying, like, something didn't make him, I feel like, dag, Eric, didn't nothing make you itch when you looked around this? Like, nothing made you say, dang, ain't nobody that I know here? Nobody that would be at this? Nobody. Or is it the premise? Because you remember I told you
I think when he said the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I think that's really how he was feeling is, you know what, even if these people are my enemy, we still right now fighting for the same cause. And he is unapologetically police reform, defund the police, Like, right, unapologetically.
But so when it's a white state's attorney that's like, now I'm really about to go reform it. Then do you win and do the people, because the same people that's out there going to be the ones voting against police reform and be voting for the law and order that you want. They just wanted it for the people in their neighborhood. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. This has been once again, we did not get to nothing on the paper.
Right.
The code. I'm going to tell you this code thing and that black man under assault.
I've got to stay on code, man. See, this what's going on. See that Ruthie? We ain't staying on code, Ruthie.
All right, y'all. Well, I'll tell you, this was a good show. It went a little long. Ruthie around here trying to get overtime.
I really enjoyed the comments today.
I haven't read them, so I can't wait to look at them. And I'm sad I'm not going to be able to see the YouTube comments that are mixed in there.
And honestly, I really want to say shout out to Eric for calling in. And,
I think it was,
and being like, you know what, charges in my head and not my heart, because
most people,
humility it's hard. That's not an easy thing to do, to be confronted and then to be like, all right, my bad. Like, we know how difficult that is. So shout out to you, Eric, for that. I ain't gonna even stunt. Like, we have to be able to do that, and then it's up to us to either be like, all right, these are your consequences. Like and unapologetically, like, we appreciate you doing that. Next time, hopefully the same way that our elected officials got to come back and be like, our bad. Charges our head, not our heart.
And I feel like we got to be receptive to that right now because there's a war going on.
Have to be receptive.
We have to be receptive, right? Now, you might have to get a pumpkin.
That's what I'm saying. You get your consequences and keep it moving.
It might be 50 to the left eyelid, no cover up, no blink.
Whatever it is. Just accept your consequences. Take your little punishment. Keep it moving.
But it's hard not to blink. Like, what you mean, 50 to the left eye, no blink?
You know what's coming.
Right, but then that's what's going to make you blink even more.
No, stand there.
You just going to
and keep it just, I mean, it's.
Just stand there and take it.
I've really enjoyed today's show because.
We need a damn code.
We in trouble.
We in trouble.
We in trouble.
Like me and Ruthie been saying that. Like how you be saying stuff and then like how me and Ruthie be like, people really don't be doing that no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how you be like, if I do something, you know, it's supposed to be this, and this, and this, and this. But people, it's no
Black
code.
people don't do it because white folks
it's no code for us. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
But I tell you what sucked, though, is if you want code and other people ain't, and then you take the L. So I know you know that feeling, Maze.
Man. That's why you can't do stuff for black people, because then you be like, be expecting to be on code. Then you got, next thing you know, you got to be looking at fuzzy screens. But it's all good. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I'm taking a break next week, I think. I think I'm going on vacation. Like, it's my son's spring break, and I just need a break. So I might just take off next week, but I don't know yet. I'll let y'all know tomorrow. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. For Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question.
Do we get overtime?
Hold on.
That's the question. Do we get overtime?
Double time.
I'm glad you stopped it. I want to know, did our adoption papers go through? Because I heard vacation.
Look at this. I just want to read this to you. I'm about to have to quit Restream. Restream. This is
what they say. Dear
Restreamer, Alex here, co-founder and CEO of Restream. Some weeks ago I told you they changed my software to blue and gold, right? Mm-hmm. In reference to Ukraine. Some weeks ago, I wrote to share some of the things Restream is doing to raise awareness about the war in Ukraine. As the fighting intensifies, so does our commitment to doing the best to help. For this reason, we've added new features to Restream to help all content creators like yourself continue to raise awareness about Ukraine. Log in to see our newly added Ukraine-themed background images, overlays, and caption. Please use these during your broadcast to help us spread the word. Did they let the black people out of Ukraine yet? Man, if y'all don't get y'all ass up out my face.
Still in jail. She's virtually a millionaire over there.
Who you talking about?
Brittany Griner is still in jail. That is crazy.
Brittany Griner still in jail.
Still in jail.
I mean, y'all flying with weed to Russia again? I bet. Go ahead, badasses. Remember,
she was leaving Russia, right?
No, I don't know.
There's a difference, Maze.
Reese, Ruthie, when you leave in the country,
get on weed code, okay? You off code right now.
Here go the weed code is leave. The weed code, she wasn't on it. The weed code is don't fly nothing out the country.
You fly in.
You can fly, man.
That's the number one thing you take, but you better not bring it back.
You better smoke it all.
So who off code?
You ain't on weed code.
I am on weed code. That's my cousin. I don't even know about no damn weed code. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So, look, for Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, we got to get up out of here. Every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. How many people stay with us? Dang, a lot of people stay
on code.
And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could